Oh my gosh. Phoenix. Hello, how was your stream? Thank you, paleontologist. Yeah, I appreciate that. Wow, guys, I am still trying to find all my references. had a bit of an adventure this morning and off to a very late start. I don't know if I want to get into it, but yeah, I just had a lot of stuff going on this morning that was very unexpected, and I'm not quite ready for stream today, but I'm trying to be on time, so no, we're not doing clouds. We're actually doing I'm trying to find. Oh, here it is. Is this the one? No. I'm just finishing up my posts. Usually I do this before stream, but I just didn't have time because I literally just got in the studio. So, how was your stream though, Phoenix? Did we get a shout out for Phoenix? You guys should go follow Phoenix. It was doing some really cute crochet. Welcome in, Raiders, by the way. My name is Casey. I'm usually, well, I mean not usually. I try to be a little more organized than this, but I've lost my. We're doing studies. So what we do, here's like an example. I'm looking through my old studies trying to find one that I've done before and I can't find it. But basically we do kind of a draw along thing in the mornings. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, I do studies like these. And we just sort of like, sometimes we do figure studies, sometimes, well, that's not a study. Neither is that. Okay. I've lost the one that we did of the water. I can't find it. We did otters last time, or one time. I don't know, a time. I cannot remember. Do you guys remember what day we did? We did seascapes. It was the same day that we did the waterscapes that I just had open, but it wasn't on that file, so I'm wondering if I lost it. I don't know. Anyway, I was gonna try and work in Clip Studio today for studies, because I need to learn this program. But I was trying to find an example to post on socials to show like what we're doing today. But anyway, anyone who'd like to is welcome to join along. How are you guys today? I'm sorry that I'm not super together. I had a surprise visitor this morning. Yeah, very tiny surprise visitor. It was not pleasant. Anyway, do I donate to Krita? No, I haven't. Are they taking donations? Tell Carmel to get off the phone. Hey, Mayor of Canada, how you doing? Oh my gosh, there's so many people in chat. I haven't even said hi to my folks that were here early. Amaze, hello. Raga, hello. Thank you guys for being here. Siren Night Sparrow coming in first with the cheese. How you doing, Siren? Yeah, how are the people today? Rock, good to see you. Barely here, huh? Gosh. I'm sorry that I'm so disorganized today. I mean, look, let's be honest. I'm disorganized a lot of the time, but I'm trying to be less disorganized. It's just not working so well. I'm all flustered. Is this the same one? No. Well, here it is. I found it. Okay, there's what I'm looking for. So today we're going to be studying water and wood. So I'm kind of doing an elemental study series, but we're going to be specifically focusing on like, this isn't even that great of an example, but kind of like, I guess elemental effects in it, like things you can use for illustration. So like ripples, caustic reflections, which are these kind of like when the water kind of reflects on the ground and you get those white lines everywhere. That's an effect that you can use a lot in illustration. We're definitely going to study that on a few surfaces. Just kind of learn how it looks. Bubbles, maybe some ice if we have time. And then we're going to switch over to wood. Well, this might be a longer stream. I may have tried to do too much for one day. Yeah, switch over to that and maybe do some like bark and wood grain texture. So anyway, if anyone is interested, what we do is we typically find some reference pictures. And at the end of stream, I'll share and show whatever anybody works on. But Phoenix, how did your spiky egg come out? I didn't have a chance to get back in there. I literally just got back from the coop. Like I said, it was a busy morning for me. But I hope it came out well. I'd love to see anything you want to share if you haven't already. Hey Beats, how's it going? Yeah, I see you. Atlas, Steve Atlas, how are you? Good to have you back. I hope everyone's having a good day. Reading my fridge. Oh my, there's nothing in my fridge. The only thing in my fridge is this tea that I'm about to drink. Oh, and there's a hamburger patty because I also didn't have time to eat breakfast, so I'm gonna have to eat that later. I have a can of soup too. Don't worry, I'm very well fed. Shrubber, hello. How are you? It's nice to see you. Thanks for popping in. Let's see. You don't get anywhere in life. It's true, you don't. You don't. What if Kool-Aid Man had some cheese in his juice? That would be gross, I think. I don't think I would appreciate that. For anybody who's never been here before, if you're interested, I know I'm like the worst streamer ever. I should have done this earlier. Here's the kind of stuff that I do. If you like digital illustration... Uh-oh, did I just break? I just broke something. World's best streamer, guys. Oh, it's freaking Pure Ref. They keep... Pure Ref, I can't... Pure Ref just froze my computer, you guys. Because it's trying to get me to do a pop-up. And I can't... Oh my gosh, Pure Ref, I hate you. I hate you suddenly. You've been so good. Hold on. I'm gonna have to do this exciting thing. Okay, anyway. Let's try that again. Oh no, don't do it again down there. Pure F, no! Best streamer ever, guys. That's what I am. Well, since I can't show you anything on Pure F because it keeps freezing down below where I can't reach it, sometimes you do creature studies. You guys, maybe I should just go home. I'm sorry that you rated into such a bad streamer today, Phoenix. Anyway, this is something that you can expect from me. I have a little Pure Ref thing that I use. We're just gonna keep Task Manager open. I'll have to fix that off stream, I guess. I try so hard to be prepared, guys. I have a whole little Pure Ref file that's supposed to show you all my work. But alas, Pure Ref has decided to be a jerk today. Anyway, I don't know. I do digital illustration. You can go to my socials if you want to see them, because I'm too disorganized right now to actually do anything. Here you go. Here's my Instagram. This is the kind of work I'm trying to show you. But yeah, let me catch up on chat while you guys look at that if you'd like to. Or have a great rest of your day if you're kind of over how bad I am at this already. That's fine too. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you need to rate and run. Oh no, there's caramel all over your phone. Oh no, Phoenix. I'm so sorry. Alright, go take care of that. You probably already did, but I'm sorry about that. Well, I'm looking forward to finding your egg later. Let's see. Thank you for the shout out. Yeah, I'm already a dumpster fire this morning. Hey Moat Shrimp, how you doing? Jahin Draws, hello. The pinned Pinterest board is super. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. I've been trying to work on it, Jahin. Is it Jahin or Jahin? I'm trying to make it better, but there's still some parts that need some editing, but it's kind of a collection of all my references I've used for had on various files for years. I try to be really careful about not having anything that's AI generated in there, so they're all actual photographs of real things for the most part. There's some like anatomical drawings in there, but yeah, feel free to follow that, use that. That's where I kind of go for most of my ref stuff. There's another picture if you guys try to look at that one. Let's see. Used to use Metabang. I've never used Metabang. So I'm trying to catch up on chat. I'm really behind. Sets up ticket to super put together stream. Yeah, seriously. I don't know if it's ever gonna happen at this point, Mayor of Canada. I'm so sorry, everybody. Such a disaster. Mickey Mew, hello. How are you? It's good to see you back. Welcome back in. How are you? How you been? You were forced. Yeah, you were forced. Today. Shush, Mayor of Canada. Look, okay, fine. Sorry that I'm just perpetually bad at this. Is that better? I know, I'm a mess. It's been a very, very long day. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mo Shrimp. It makes you feel that I've had a long morning. Obviously, it's not over yet. Can we please get Casey a Red Bull personal Yeah, so I've got the tea. I've got the energy tea here. It's not a Red Bull. I don't really do Red Bull, but it's like a high B vitamin. There's some green tea and green coffee caffeine in it, so let's go ahead and get that started. Hopefully it'll help me. Hey Kudo, how you doing? Hey Bigman, oh my gosh, there's so many people here today. Thank you guys for being here. Panda, oh my gosh, Panda Poxy. I recognize some of these names from the paleontologizing raid and the Anthony Wheeler raid last week. That was nuts. I'm still kind of reeling from that, to be honest. I also have a comic. I have a webcomic I work on if anyone's interested. God raised our best yet. The Jesus beams. For sure. We'll do some of this stuff. I'm trying to catch up. Hold on. The new PureRef update is such a mixed bag. Is it? See, it's actually breaking my computer right now, Shara, because PureRef is trying to get me to update, and so it's got this pop-up. But I've accidentally moved it down below where I can click anything, and so I can't do anything about it. So I'm gonna figure that out off stream. The phone has been decaramelized. Nice, nice. Welcome back. I'm prepared to stream. 1 raid later, I should just go home. Pretty much. I was like, I mean, I just walked in the studio when I hit live because I'm trying really hard to go live at 10 a.m. But today was, listen, we had an unwanted guest in our apartment the last few nights, and I finally caught it, we'll say, and I had to go take care of it this morning. And I actually didn't think it was in the trap because I don't like killing stuff, so it was a live trap. But anyway, it was there. Prepared for everything but raids. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, PureRef's not behaving, Ash Rubber. What's up with that? How are you guys doing today? So I'll just get this off the screen. You guys know who I am. You can follow my socials if you'd like to. Thank you for being here. I was gonna just like take a picture of this screen really fast. Ow. I also cricked my neck last night because I think I slept awkwardly. So I'm just kind of a mess today. I really need a neck massage. Anyone know a good masseuse in the Denver area? Anyway. Like, give me like 2 seconds, guys, to finish hitting send on these social media posts. And then I will get started. I'm trying to be better about like posting on social media when I'm live, but anyway, oh, that was very scary. Thank you. Gashrin, is that how you say it? Thank you so much for the follow. I'm shocked anybody would want to follow me after that horrible reception I just gave that raid, so thank you. Reject PureRef, use the corner of your screen as reference. No, PureRef is great. I actually really like it, except for right now. I'm not a fan. I don't know what to call anything. KC Sketch Along. I still don't really love that name, but if anyone could come up with a better name for what we do in the mornings, warm-up streams, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows anything? New post. There we go. New post. There we go. I should be using, what's it called? Metricool for this, probably, but anyway. You lack perspective. I like the live version of this song actually a lot better. This one is not my favorite. Okay. Did it. Done it. And posted. Alright, we are ready. Sorry guys. I apologize. I'll be more attentive now. Alright, perfect. We did the things. I'm now able to focus, maybe. Also, how you doing, Charlie Dragon? I don't know if I actually said hi, but I agree I'm not prepared. If for anything including raids, really. Alright, so we did interiors actually recently. We probably need to do these again, or at least I need to. I don't know if I'm confident enough to do them on stream again. No, I don't want you to save that. Wait, what's happening? There you are. I knew I started one. Alright, so, gathering references. Oh my goodness, you guys are very generous for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. I really want to start with things like, I want to start with water because I feel like there's a lot of cool effects you can see in water. If you go to the, here, I'll post directly. If you go to the waterscape section of the link that's pinned at top, you'll find the references that I'm using. I tried to pin a bunch of things that were like sea foam, bubbles, ripples, caustic reflections, that kind of stuff. So there should be quite a few options in there for anybody who would like to draw along. And of course, you know, as with any good Pinterest, you can always click it and find tons of other references that'll be very similar. So here's caustics, if you're not sure what caustics are. It's whenever you've got the reflective quality on the ground or on a surface underwater. You'll see these on top of like aquatic animals, so that's a use for it, you know, machinery, like pretty much anything. But I'm trying to think of like ways that you can apply this in an illustration. So it's helpful to keep in mind. Okay, so we'll study that one. I want to do bubbles. I have a nice bubbles picture that I wanted to do. This is a good one. Copy. Actually, there's a few good bubbles in here. Ooh, do water droplets too. This is the danger of Pinterest, guys. There's always more references to look at. But here's some bubbles. How do I move this? I haven't used Clip Studio in so long. Forgot how. Okay, let's see. The new update made it a traditional app instead of the floating magic window, but I love the detailed text editor. I don't want to update. I think I just like it the way it is. I like the magic low bandwidth like floating app, or like the floating window. I like it. I don't want to use the new one. Can I reject the update? I do need a personal assistant, seriously. Yeah, Amaze. Thank you for shouting out Amaze, by the way. Amaze is my OG stream assistant for sure. Okay, let me catch up on chat some more. Hold on. I do have a webcomic, yeah. Thank you, Maze. You're so fast, see? It's Drift. It's on Tapas and it's on Webtoons. I'm hoping once I actually get my portfolio updated this summer and submitted that I'll be able to work on that again. So that's kind of one of my goals. My long-term goals for this year is to resume Drift. It's been on hiatus for a couple of years, but yeah. I was here for the paleontology raid. That was, oh my gosh, my brain, literally, if not for Charlie's Dragon, I probably would have like hidden. I probably would have crawled under the desk. I'm not gonna lie. Like that was so many people. That's like my immediate instinct is to run away when I'm scared of stuff. So it's not something I'm proud of, but would have been very embarrassing. I probably just would have done this for like 5 minutes. Anyway, yes, that was a crazy raid. That was the biggest number of people that have ever been here. If anybody missed it, the VOD is up if you want to watch me just being terrified and apologetic and grateful for 5 minutes. So that's pretty much what happened. But we did hit 1,000 followers because of that raid and Anthony Wheeler's raids. So yeah, yeah. If you're here from that, or if you were here for that, thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate it. It was not a cockroach. No, it was not a moose. It was a mouse. There's a mouse. I'm pretty sure I found how it got in. I think it chewed in through the water heater outside. I live in a very old apartment. I had to do some digging around, but I think I saw a sign of it getting in on the outside of our apartment, and then I heard it the other night, and so I set up a trap and caught it this morning, so I had to go deal with that. Anyway, I thought about honestly staying home this morning and streaming from home so I could just do a huge deep clean, because I do not like that. I need to like mop the whole floor and scrub all the floorboards, and like it needs to get taken care of, so it really bugs me that that's not done yet, but I will have to get to that another day because I have so much stuff I need to do in the studio. I might do it tomorrow or we might do our warm-up stream from home tomorrow, but anyway, that was my chaos, if you must know. It just makes me feel gross to say that. Like, this is the first time this has happened. But no. Yeah, I had to go find a place to go release it far from the house, so I had to drive it away. Anyway, okay. If it was a moose, the moose broke in, no. No. Thankfully, there's not really bugs in Colorado, so roaches aren't usually a huge problem unless you have a very messy situation. Let's see. It wasn't a giant ground sloth. Sir Didymus. Your whole name is very long. Welcome on in. Not a giant ground sloth. It was Casey's Chaos. Oh, I like the way you spelled that. That's funny. Cafe Sketches with Casey. Oh wait, Casey's Chaos. Maybe we should call it that. Oh, I like these. I see what you guys are doing. You're helping me with my title here. Cafe Sketches with Casey. I do like alliteration. Yeah, Casey's Sketch Along just doesn't sound, I don't know, catchy enough. It's too long also for a hashtag, I think. Obnoxious gnat. Oh no. Years ago I swatted what I thought was a giant mosquito, and they googled, and literally the first sentence of the article said they are friends of humanity. Wait, what was it? You swatted what you thought was a giant mosquito. What did you kill? Casey's Chaos Cafe. That's also a long hashtag, Mayor of Canada. A crane fly? Snowed in with Casey. See, I need something short and catchy. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting fixated. Yeah, I try not to kill anything if I can help it. Oh, except mosquitoes. I will kill the heck out of a mosquito. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan. Yeah, I think you guys are trapped and I'm also trapped. This song slaps like my dad on report card day. Mayor of Canada, are you okay? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm trying to catch up with chat, but you guys are chatty today. I appreciate you, by the way. Thank you. This is my favorite part of Twitch, honestly, is not having to sit alone in my studio all the time. I appreciate you guys keeping me company. I promise we are going to get started. If you've already started, feel free. You don't have to wait on me. I know I'm really slow today. Let's see. Whoops. And if this is your first time doing a sketch along with me, here's the way it works. Let me kind of break it down while I move my references around. So what we do is I challenge anybody who would like to draw for about 30 minutes. To kind of set a timer if you need to. It's just kind of a challenge to see if you can get into a habit of regularly sketching from reference. Now, I always encourage people to draw from around them. Like if you have a glass of water sitting next to you, or if you have like some carbonated water and there's bubbles, draw that. You know, draw, I don't know, like put a light over your glass and draw the refractions or something. Like you're gonna learn, I feel like your brain is gonna be forced to learn so much more by drawing from something that is three-dimensional and having to make it two-dimensional rather than just drawing from a photo reference. But for a lot of us, photo reference is the easiest, quickest, and most accessible thing. Some of us aren't in environments where we can just set up a still life or go outside. So yeah, just whatever you can. Just, I always say, you know, try to do 30 minutes a day of sketching from reference, whatever that looks like for you. And then if you'd like to share it, I have a Discord. You can drop it in the Discord. !Discord is how you find it. And at the end of my warm-up stream, usually it's around 11:30, between 11:30 and noon. It depends on how long we go. It might go a little longer today. Mountain time, by the way. Usually is when I try to show off what you guys have done. So if you're studying along with me, feel free to drop it in there. If you're doing studies of something else, it doesn't have to be what I'm doing. So if you're not feeling like doing elemental studies today, if you want to do something that's like you want to study an animal or you want to study an object or a building, whatever you're studying, feel free to drop it in the warm-up art section. That is the section. Don't put it in art showcase or art share. I know there's a few. I tried to space them out so you can't accidentally misclick, but warm-up art, it's in the top in the stream events. You'll see it. That is where you share your pieces. Alright, so here's the motto of this series that I've kind of been putting up at the top of all of my streams that we do warm-ups for. Get the bad drawings out. Oh, there looks like there's an ad break also. Sorry, guys. I will refrain from responding to chat for a second, just for the people who are stuck in ads. If you are stuck in an ad, thank you for sticking that out. Brooks probably can't hear me. I probably should have said that earlier. Pro streamer. Really good at this Twitch thing. Yeah, doing it. Twitching. Anyway, okay. So, let's start with the theme. I haven't done this in Clip Studio yet, so I might be a little bit slow today. Not that I've been super fast so far today, but water and okay. Let's see. Let's see. You're not scary, Siren. Wait. Oh, Charlie. No, I'm more worried about like sexually vulgar things. That's kind of what I want to avoid here in chat. Mayor of Canada's also just, I don't know if you've met Mayor of Canada, he's just making jokes. That's kind of Mayor of Canada's thing. I would hope most people know that that's a joke. Hopefully. If not, if somebody took that seriously, let me know. Mayor of Canada, you be nice. Let's see, we choose to be here. I'm glad you do. Drew too much water last month. Gonna work on tree textures. Yeah, do it. Yeah, trees, wood. That's what, water and wood. I was trying to find ways to group the elements. We'll be doing fire and stone tomorrow. And I forget what the one is on... Actually, I forgot what the one is for Wednesday. Let me check. Wednesday we are doing... Usually I try to do like an animal once a week, but I really wanted to do some elemental stuff. I'm trying to really up my environments this year. And I feel like this will help me with that. Oh, and then, okay, so on Wednesday we're just doing clouds, because I feel like clouds are a pretty big element, so I kind of want to focus on that, just like different types of clouds, how to paint them. I feel like that'll take up a whole stream, because there's a lot of variety there. So yeah, water and wood today, fire and stone tomorrow, clouds. We might do things like gemstones and ice crystals another time. We'll see. I still kind of want to do ice today, but that might be too much for one stream, so. Trazia, hello, how are you? How are you? You're not scary, Siren. Did I say you were scary? I regret nothing. Wait, what? I so regret not being here. Oh no, you're fine, Kudo. Yeah, you can go watch the VOD. It was crazy. Thank you, Phoenix. Phoenix, by the way, did you have anything you wanted to share? I know you were cleaning your phone. If I missed a link, just let me know. Oh, and thanks, Amaze, for grabbing that. I appreciate that. Talia, how are you? It's good to see you, friend. Maybe he wants a friend. Maybe. Time to do laundry. Fair enough, fair enough. Let's see. Oh, are we having some trouble with bots? Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully that's okay. It might have just been some follower bots, it looks like. Thank you guys for handling that. Hydrate. Oh, thank you. I shall. I'm sorry this is taking me a million years to catch up on chat. It's always mountain time in hikers, it's true. Clothes in water? Sure. Yeah, there's so much you can do, right? Stuck in an ad. Thanks. You get ads. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. No, Talia, did you? I don't know if you saw it. I think what I was talking about when I said that was like how I panicked when I got raided. Anyway, let's actually do some drawing. Hey, Tom C. Oh my gosh, you guys should all go give Tom C a follow. This is an artist I just met yesterday. Let's see if I can get that going. You guys, go check him out. Really great work, really great character art. I think you'll really enjoy what he's got going on. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, we're doing elemental studies. Yeah, I'm trying really hard, Tom, to fix my lack of abilities in a lot of ways this year, and I feel like environments I really struggle to do anything super challenging. So, like I said, I'm gonna set. Looks it's already 10:30. Oh my gosh! So I'm gonna try and go for at least 30 minutes. I'll probably go longer. I tend to go for like an hour just because I know I stop and chat. So I'm hoping in aggregate it's about 30 minutes. But like I said, my challenge to everybody is always just to try to draw for 30 minutes and see what you can do. Now, I'm doing this in Clip Studio today because I kind of want to do some painty studies. I don't know that I'll do a lot of sketching today. I feel like I'm personally going to learn a whole lot more if I like paint this bubble versus draw the bubble. But if you just want to sketch, you're totally welcome to. Anybody who would like to is welcome to participate in whatever medium and in whatever style that they would like. The only thing I would say is if you haven't done reference studies before, especially these are kind of more abstract, you might not know where to start. I would say just try to look at your reference more than your drawing. That's going to be the fastest way, in my experience anyway, to make sure that you're actually drawing what you see rather than what you think you see. Let's see. For example, if I were to draw this guy right here, right? Let's just pretend I'm trying to draw this picture. If I was just like looking at the reference and then drawing without looking at the reference again, what I would be doing is working from memory, from what my brain snapshotted. It's also called a schema, so you might be like, okay, there's like ripples up here, there's ripples down here, and then you got these crisscross lines. And then you'd be like, huh, I'm not very good at this. And then you give up. Like, that's what a lot of people do when they get into art, is they're like, oh, no, I suck, I'm terrible, that kind of thing. But if you actually take some time and actually look at the reference, in fact, caustics might be a little too much for the first one. If you are drawing along with me, I might start with the bubbles, just because I feel like that's a little bit less intimidating for most people. There's actually an object there to draw. So let's scoot over here to the... Actually, I'll just swap these guys. I'm gonna swap you guys real fast. Swappy swappy. There we go. But if you actually take your time and look at what you're drawing, look at instead of, or at least as much, if not more, than your actual drawing that you're drawing. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. So if I were to sketch these, for example, which I guess I can since they are shapes, it's a little easier to sketch. What I'm trying to pay attention to is like not just the shape and copying necessarily, but I want to ask myself questions while I'm drawing. For example, like, okay, like why is this bubble kind of squished? Like, oh, because it's sort of like sharing space and sort of maybe friction or some kind of physical thing is happening that's kind of making these bubbles change shape. I'm also trying to think about the times I've observed water. How do bubbles move? They kind of wiggle through the water, right? They don't stay like perfectly round as they float up to the surface. And so I can think about those things, and as I'm drawing, it can help me sort of, I guess, catalog the information I'm taking in a way that's going to be useful for a future illustration. So that's the whole point of studies, at least for me. That's my purpose in studies. I'm not trying to learn how to draw the best bubble ever of my life. That's just not my goal. If that's your goal, that's fine. You know, pick your goal. My goal is to be able to do imaginative illustration and render it in a way that is believable and engaging and exciting. And I think in order to do those things, I'm going to have to look at, you know, nature. Like, what is nature already doing? And then I can learn later how to abstract that and kind of throw in some shape language and kind of learn when to exaggerate and what to exaggerate to make things dynamic. And you can apply this to any style, right? Like an animation style, an anime style, like a realistic style. It doesn't really matter what style you're working in, because all of these things apply. Anyway, there's my little TED talk on what we're doing. Clouds are pretty big. Did I say that? That doesn't surprise me. You can always, I think mods, I'm not sure if everyone can add quotes, but I think mods can. So if you feel like that's a quote we need to add, you can always use the quote command. Ice is water. It's true. It's true. Casey draws air. Yeah. Yeah, go for your lurking work. It's good to see you. Hey, United King Dragon, how are you? Man, so many folks in chat today. Thank you so much for being here. It's one of those wake up tired. Yeah, it's every day, right? I really like these kind of bean shapes some of these are having, and I like these little like cylindrical shapes that some of them get, and there's a few that even have these little tails, you know. It's like the air is catching up to merge with the larger bubble. Interesting stuff to think about. What are my favorite CSP brushes? Honestly, Talia, I haven't used CSP enough to even know the answer to that question. Part of why I'm working in it right now. I really need to, I need to, especially in light of everything going on right now, I really need to start learning other programs. So I'm trying to force myself to use Photoshop as little as possible. There are some things that I still need Photoshop for, unfortunately, but... How are my pet mice? Oh my gosh, no, I don't have pet mice. No. Gosh, that was so... not what I wanted to do this morning, but it's just one of those life things that happens, you know? I'm not looking forward to tomorrow. The more I think about it, I'm probably going to have to spend most of the day cleaning tomorrow, so I may not get a whole lot of work done. I'm going to have to like find that hole and seal it and talk to my landlord and like, anyway, it's going to be a whole thing. So there goes a whole day of work, unfortunately, which is part of why I'm annoyed with it. I only get, for those who don't know, I'm not a full-time artist. I would love to be, but I just don't, I can't afford to live in Colorado on a freelance artist feast or famine budget, if you will. So I'm actually, yeah, I have a part-time job, so I'm only able to be in the studio a few days a week, and it's always kind of a bummer when a life thing happens and then I have to like give up a whole studio day to take care of it. It may not seem like much, but in aggregate I have like 12 days a month basically on average that I can be in the studio. And I just hate having to give up one of those 12 days. But it is what it is. Maybe one day I'll be full-time. We'll see. 30-minute schedule? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's one of those things, Tom. I feel like everybody, like all artists, are like, oh yeah, I should do that. Like we all know we should be doing studies, but we just, you know, you don't find that, you like find excuses not to make the time, or I love these colors. Oh my gosh. Or you just like, you know, it gets pushed to the side. Like I know for me, for years, I was like, it was the first thing on my to-do list, and it was always the thing that was left on my to-do list at the end of the day. Like I had intentions to do it, but there's all, you know, stuff happens, things come up where you just want to get started on a project, and you're like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, you know? And for me, studies became something that I just never did, ever. Like, ever. I think I've definitely done more studies since starting this stream series a few months ago than I've done, like, collectively in my entire life, probably. Just because it's like, you know, you guys are kind of my accountability buddies on this. So even if nobody else wants to study, I'm going to be here doing studies. But if you do any, I'd love to see what you come up with. And like I said, I'll share it on stream at the end of stream. So start posting the ref next to my screenshots. Yeah, it does help sometimes. Although I don't know, sometimes I feel like my studies don't look very good, and so I'm like, if it's by itself, you can see that it's fine. It's when you see it next to what it was supposed to look like that it's not the best. But I'm really interested in bubbles, and part of the reason that I'm painting them is because look closely at what's going on inside of these bubbles. When we get to the actual painting of the bubbles, I'll be asking myself a lot of questions like, okay, why is there white right here? Why is there blue right here? I don't see that behind the bubble. So a lot of times when people draw bubbles, they just make them transparent, so you just see through them to what's behind the bubble. But we forget about the reflection, like the reflection and the refracted light and stuff. So like, you know, this white is coming from the light coming through the top of the water. It's hitting the bubbles to make all of them shine a little bit. This blue it's because it's a round object, it's able to pick up all the colors in the area and kind of reflect them back. So it's this blue at the bottom. Anyway, but painting those things is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that. So, anyway. Oh, I will say, actually, you know what, Talia, you asked me what my favorite CSP brushes are. I did just recently download Jay Stiller's brush set. If you guys, let me see, give him a little shout out here. I don't think he's in chat, but I don't even know if he streams today. I don't think he does. Jay Stiller 30, awesome artist, has a really nice free brush set for CSP that I've been using a lot lately for like my base drawings. They're really, really brushy and blendy. I really like them a lot. So. No, I know I need to be better. Iani, how are you doing? How are you doing? Loving these short studies for focused art time. I'm so glad, Shiratoshi. I'm glad. You know, that's the hope, right? No, Jay Stiller's not here. I was just giving him a shout out because we were talking about his brush set. Yeah, go to his page. I'm pretty sure it's on his about section. If not, go into his chat. I think it's like !brush or something. Anyway, really good set. Highly recommend it. I have a few like pin. I need to, whenever I have a minute, I want to go through my actual, what do you call them? Bookmarks. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I can't even think of a word. And actually see, I have a whole bunch of like free sets for like Krita and CSP and Procreate. I have a ton of them pinned. I just haven't taken the time to like download them. Yeah, his name's Joe Stiller. Yeah. He's been kind of changing things up lately. I've been hanging out. I mean, I lurk on his streams a lot. He's probably one of my main go-to Twitch lurk streams. Like if Joe's streaming, he usually streams when I'm at my day job. So what I do is I put him on in the background and I just turn down the volume when I'm in front of a member of the public or something. Or, you know, a coworker or, you know, if I'm interacting with anybody. But, yeah, anyway. I learn a lot on his streams and I love watching him work. So if you guys aren't already following Joe, you should definitely go do that. Yeah, I wish I had some more. Have I heard of Hawaii Artworks? I don't know that I have. Who is Nat? Raga, I think Amaze has a gnat in his vicinity that he's fighting off here. Nice. I'll have to remember that name. Let me see if I can grab that from chat. I'm always looking, especially if you guys know any streamers. Oh yeah, Joe's environments are super lovely. If you guys know any art streamers that I should check out, please let me know. I'm always on the lookout for people that stream relatively like family-friendly stuff because that's who I tend to raid. But I'm also very interested in just anyone doing cool art on Twitch. Honestly, I'm preparing a post today that I will hopefully be able to share today or tomorrow. Kind of talking about why I'm more transitioning into Twitch. A lot of reasons. Yeah, Twitch, I'm gonna try Kara. I don't know if you guys are on Kara. Is anyone on Kara? I guess I don't have that link here. Shoot. I need to update my link tree with that. Yeah, Tom, seriously. There's so many awesome... Did you just kind of get back into Twitch streaming as well? I can't remember if we talked about this, but I used to stream a long time ago. Like early Twitch days. And I kind of fell out of it. I was very intimidated by Twitch in general. I was like, oh, I'm not good enough. You know, like I can't, I'm afraid of the internet. Like didn't want to talk to anybody. But you know, I'm really trying to be better. Does this actually, let me see if this link works. So yeah, this year my goal was to like meet a whole bunch of people on Twitch. So here's my Kara portfolio. I need to add that to my socials. I have so many, my to-do list is so long, you guys. It just never ends. Anyway, if you want to check out Kara, if you're on Kara, I just made an account. I haven't actually like done a lot there, but soon. I'm not going to get into all the reasons why, but I'm kind of torn. I don't know. Yeah. well, we won't talk about this here, but at least I won't. You guys feel free to. I know I get too long-winded about all this stuff going on. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is my goal this year was to like meet more people on Twitch, because I'm really starting to feel like Twitch is kind of the way, at least right now, that I feel like artists should be on Twitch rather than other platforms, at least until things get sorted. Plus, it's just a cool community. The art Twitch community here is amazing, and I will never not brag on art Twitch for being so supportive and welcoming, and just everyone's so interested in what each other are doing. And I feel like it's been such a I've found people to hang out with here so much faster than like any other social media I've ever used, and I'm just kind of kicking myself, you know, for like being afraid of Twitch for so long. But anyway, you know, we're all works in progress, and this is my journey, I suppose. But, okay, I need to stop fiddling with the background. We're supposed to be drawing bubbles today, Casey. Bubbles. So let's draw some bubbles. Setsy Art. Oh, I do follow Syerts. Is that how you say it? I think Jay Stiller actually recommended that streamer to me. I can't quite copy that name. Celty's Art. Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna pull. I'm typing these into my browser so that I can look them up later. But if anyone ever wants to drop recommendations, please drop them in my Discord. I don't really have like a maybe talk shop. I don't know. General. Put them anywhere in there. I'll find them. I do try to scroll through at least a couple times a day if I'm busy. Shoot, I lost it. Celtis Art. Thank you. Oh, wait, do I follow them already? Hold on. It came up like I've already been there. Oh no, I don't follow them. Okay. I do see them. Thank you. There's so many awesome artists on Twitch. I'm like extremely overwhelmed, honestly. The best one is Bob Ross for sure. Oh no, Amaze! Amaze, you pulled a me! Don't worry, Siren. Bob Ross is very, very safe to talk about here. Let's see. I watch Draskia. Oh, I don't know them either. Wow, you guys know Dangerous Buttons, thank you. You guys know so many art people here. Let's see. Draskia, Twitch. Okay. Cool. I will, I'll check them out too. Man, Carson Druitt, yes. I do follow Carson Druitt. He's great. Cansta. Man, okay, I'm gonna sit here. If you guys don't mind, I'll sit here all day and just type these things in. I'm gonna keep drawing, but if you have any more recommendations, if you are already in the Discord, or if somebody could transcribe them into the Discord, I'd appreciate that. But if not, I'll watch the VOD back later, and I'll watch through chat to get these. So I'm excited. I want to meet more artists on Twitch. I want to meet, see who's doing what, and see who I can like read into, and see who I can like chat with, and who's doing some inspiring artwork, you know. But for now, I do need to draw these bubbles, so otherwise I'm never gonna get to the wood or any other type of water. Okay. Woo! Yeah, Amaze! I already fixed myself. Why would you do that? You just want that jump scare count, don't you? Do I need to take the squirrel button away? I feel like it's being abused slightly. Alright, so when I do bubbles, what I like to do is kind of pick a neutral middle tone. This is just my personal way of doing this. Something that I like, a color that I see in all of them, or a color that I think, if I don't have a reference, a color that I think would be in all of them, just kind of like a middle color from the surrounding environment. I do think it's really interesting how dark the bubble, like you can see the bubbles toward the bottom of the image like kind of lean heavy on the dark reflection versus the light, like this one down here, just barely any touch of light here, at least as far as that peach color, and then up here it's the opposite. So that's something I can remember. So again, we're just ask yourself questions, try and point out things to yourself that are interesting, so that when you do go to draw, you know, put bubbles in an illustration from imagination, you can go a little quicker. You know, you can still use reference. Obviously, reference is always going to be beneficial, and it's always going to help you learn more quickly. But eventually, it would be nice to get to a proficiency level where you can kind of do things on your own without reference. But don't be embarrassed about using reference. I feel like, especially if you got on the internet and shared your artwork at a young age, like many of us did back in the ye olden DeviantArt days, back before it was terrible. Well, it's still probably kind of terrible, but there was like kind of a trend of, you know, oh, like I did this without reference, like it was some kind of bragging, and I just think that's not a mature or like, I don't know, maybe mature is the wrong word, like artistically mature way to look at reference. So reference is always going to help you get new ideas and expand your visual library. So never ever ever feel like it's a bad thing. Like it doesn't mean you're a bad artist. It just means that you're somebody who's trying to grow, you know? And we always have room to grow. If you're not using reference, you're gonna stunt yourself, is basically, I guess, what I'm trying to say. You're gonna find that your growth is much slower than it could be. So anyway, I just want to kind of destigmatize that. If anyone's coming from that kind of a mentality, if you kind of are in a community that still kind of thinks that way, or you see that posted a lot, it's just not the healthiest. It's kind of like refusing to go to the gym. It's like, oh, I have these muscles without going to the gym. It's like, well, cool, but eventually they're gonna atrophy. So you probably go to the gym, you know? Anyway. We're at the art gym today, guys, so welcome to Casey's art gym. Maybe that's what we'll call it, the art gym. No, I don't like that. Never mind. I take it all back. I'm glad you're liking Kara. I haven't had time to really play around with it much, but it seems good. If you're not afraid of the internet, you're not paying attention. Yeah, it's kind of how I always felt Mayor of Canada. I'm just, yeah. Stream is a lot later now than though. Oh, you mean you stream a lot? Excuse me, a lot later. Ah. Ouch, sorry, I have hiccups from this tea. Geb's Arts. I feel like that name sounds familiar. I might be following them. I'll have to check back later. Sorry. Amazing. Don't like Bob Ross. No. That's awesome. I think I broke my chat. Hold on. It wasn't auto scrolling. There we go. No, I don't want to talk about the mouse. The mouse was terrifying. Not terrifying. I'm not afraid of mice. It was scarring. I'm getting like PTSD flashbacks to my first crappy apartment that had holes everywhere. And I had to spend a month literally like pest proofing the place before I felt comfortable there. Hey, Exy the artist. Hello. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. What kind of art do you do? I'm just taking context clues from your name. How's it going? Thanks for popping in. Sorry it took me a million years to get to your comment. That's awesome. That's awesome, Dangerous Buttons. Thank you. I love the recommendations, guys. Make you tired and sweaty. I mean, that's kind of what this does. It makes you artistically tired and sweaty, you know? I don't have pet mice. No, I regret everything. I regret telling you guys about the mouse. No. The internet's scary. The ghost cat wasn't helping with pet. Yeah, that's true. We did have a ghost cat at my old apartment. I do miss the ghost cat. No, because after I spent a month pest proofing it, there was literally not a crack in that building, in my part of it anyway, that was larger than a credit card. Or really a piece of paper. Pretty much anything that was even credit card width. I caulked and like spackled that entire apartment. It took a solid month. It was like every day. That was most of what I did that day, was like do preventative maintenance. But that apartment was also the best apartment I've ever had. Once it was proof, I miss that place so much. That was my favorite place I've ever lived. It was on the 4th floor in like a downtown mountain town area, like overlooking the creek. Had a beautiful view of the mountains and the sunset, and like, I loved that apartment. It was so cheap. It was $600 a month, all bills included. I didn't pay a deposit. That's why I had no problem like doing my own maintenance and stuff. I was like, look, it was month to month, no deposit, $600 a month, all bills included, basically. That was the easiest yes. I have no problem rolling up my sleeves and doing stuff. That's not an issue. But I will say that pest proofing that place did kind of make me a little bit paranoid about having pests around. Yeah. Anyway, I promise I'm not a dirty person. I saw a real idiot didn't put a water bottle in a Pringles holder on the treadmill. Wait, what? You really saw that? Ghost cat. Yeah, no. No, I wish the ghost cat would have helped. That cat was more just like there for pets. That was a real cat, FYI, for chat that was not around back then. We're talking about when I used to stream back in like 2017 or 18. We had a ghost cat. That's what we called, or is what some people called the cat. Yeah, its name. But it was like I thought it was a stray at first, but it turned out it actually belonged to one of my neighbors, and they just let it out to roam, which, each their own, I suppose, but I have opinions about that in Colorado, specifically. Really anywhere, but especially in Colorado. So many predators. Most outdoor cats don't make it past a year here. I don't know why people do it. But anyway, I would let him in, you know, because I didn't want him to get eaten. And he would just walk around my house, hang out while I was streaming. Every once in a while, I'd give him a little canned tuna or something. Probably shouldn't have done that, but I did. I'm the worst. Hey, Mara Stepper, how you doing? Don't buy a cat? No, I won't buy a cat. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm glad you're doing well. Last winter, you had 9+ wood mice living in your attic. That would drive me crazy. At least they were just in the attic and not in the house. But yeah, I'm sure, yeah. My parents used to have squirrels in the attic, and I would tell them about it, and I would hear them all the time in the afternoon when I was taking a nap. Of course, we finally got them out of there after I moved out, but oh my gosh. Having critters in the attic is always annoying, especially if they're right over your head when you're trying to sleep. So for somebody who was asking about that brush set earlier, I'm going to start using the J. Stiller brush set so you can just kind of see how it works, but it makes these really nice, like, painty blendy lines. There's kind of a few different styles. I really like them. Let me find the main brush is my favorite for sure. Nice and blendy. Oh, we got a stretch. Hold on. Wow, this is taking me forever. I'm sorry. I'm getting way too into this bubble picture. I can't have animals in my apartment, so I will not be getting a cat. To the deep lore. Anxious Beans, hello! Oh my gosh, good to see you! Oh, Pope 2023 too. Wait, 2,000? Wait, no. 20,203. Pope, welcome on in. It's good to see you. Which drawing things? Well, there's only one drawing, so I haven't done that much yet. It's not that the drawings are bad. Oh, sorry, there's an ad. Hold on, I won't respond until the ads are over. Oops. Ad. Sorry. Sorry. Surdy. Can't type. Okay, I'm gonna quietly draw. I'm gonna actually do art while there's an ad playing. See how much art I can get done before the ad's over. Look at these cool reflections. I like this dark color. Ads in Spanish. Oh, interesting. Okay, I think the ads are over, question mark? Maybe? Maybe the ads are over? Hopefully the ads are over. Beans, yes, they are. It is Clip Studio. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Clip Studio is what I've been kind of trying to transition to for years. Another really good one that's free is called Krita. I don't know if you've tried Krita at all, but I've actually been really getting into using that. I normally use that for my warm-up sketching these days. At least, especially when I'm at this, my home studio. But yeah, I do recommend Clip Studio. It's really great for me. It's really got some good publishing options. They do have a one-time buy option, which I like. I don't know how much longer they will. They've tried to take it away in the past, so we'll see. It may go the way of Photoshop with subscription only. I guess some people maybe prefer that. I sure don't. But the one-time buy is a little pricey. It's like $180, but you can sometimes get it on sale. I have Clip Studio Paint EX. There's also Pro. I had Pro for a while, and I still have Pro on my at-home studio, but this studio's got X, and it's got some really good publish format stuff because it's really designed to make comics. But you can actually look at your whole book like in a layout format, like it actually has settings for that, which I know you're doing a book illustration, so definitely check that out. How are you doing, by the way? Thanks for popping in. So good to see you. And Pope, it's not so much that the drawings are bad, it's that our goal is to get the bad drawings out. Does that make sense? The whole goal of these warm-up studies is to, you know, there's this saying that you have to do 1,000 bad drawings before you get to one good drawing. And so we're just trying to get through those, you know? It takes a long time to develop an art skill, and I guess that's kind of the point of that mantra. We're trying to get through the bad drawings, so get them out of the way so we can get to the good stuff. Does that make sense? Yeah, see you later, Kudo. Have a good lunch. Is it already lunchtime for you? I need to finish this. I will never sleep if I drink these energy tea things too late in the day. So another tip, if people are trying to like learn how to do effects for bubbles, if you're kind of new to painting, digital painting especially, one of the things I like to do is basically I start with like kind of a painty rough layer, and once I get all my roughs sort of painted in, I will go back and use a hard edged pen tool, usually a pen, just because they have these nice crisp lines, and you just go back and kind of like highlight where you think the highlights should go. So keep in mind that even if you're on the dark side of these bubbles, because it's a round reflective object, you're still going to have highlights like this one right here, even on the bottom side. So always do at least a little highlight, even if it's just a tiny little smudge. But of course, there should be the majority of the lights facing the lightest part of the page, which typically is going to be the top. I guess depends on what kind of image you're making. But yeah, these are the kinds of things, like I say, when you're doing studies, you want to ask yourself questions like, why do I see light here versus here? Why do I see dark here versus here? You can see the same thing with, like, I don't want to call them dark lights, but it's like, you know, I see like the darkness at the top of this bubble, even though it's facing the light, and that's actually part of how you make it look round, is having that reflection from this darker ground area below, right? Isel, hello, hello, hello. How are you, friend? How are you doing? So good to see you. How's your day? You do have a lot of bad drawings. We all have a lot of bad drawings in us. That's the whole point, right? It's like I said, it's like 1,000 bad drawings to get to a good one. And that's part of what we're trying to undertake here, is we all want to improve, right? And by the way, if anyone is popping in for the first time, we still will do our warm-up showcase at the end. We do this at the end of every warm-up stream. Thank you for that shout out for Isel. You guys should go follow Isel if you aren't already. Really, really awesome artist to hang out with. Does really cool oil paintings here on Twitch. And also just a hoot. I love hanging out in your streams. You're so energetic. You know, I don't even need this tea when I'm hanging out with you, Isel. But anyway, I'm probably going to move on from this one soon. I did not intend to spend like 20 minutes on this one image. I just really... Well, you guys were here. You saw. It took me a while to get started today, but I do want to get to some other things like caustics, and we're probably going to skip ice today. I might do let's do a separate elemental stream for like ice, gemstones, crystals, that kind of stuff. I think those things, they all kind of reflect in similar ways, so it might be interesting to study them together. And then we'll do like more elemental effects later, like, you know, like lightning and stuff like that. So we'll go ahead and shelve. If you want to draw ice today, go for it. I will not be doing it on stream. But like I was saying, for anybody who wants to participate in the showcase, if you have any warm-up sketches you'd like to share, I will put them on screen at the end of stream. So feel free to join the Discord and drop them in there. If you don't like Discord, you can drop them in chat. I just may not see them. So you're kind of taking a risk there. So you can either wait till the end of stream and drop them in chat, or just hope. But I know some of my mods are kind of drawing along too, so I don't want to task them with like trying to keep track of all that. Yeah, anyone who wants to is welcome to join in and draw along. And we do this every morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday right now. If I ever get to the point where I'm freelancing well enough that I don't need a day job, I would be shocked if that ever happened, because health insurance is dang expensive, and my day job pays for that. But, you know, if I ever get to the point where if I'm not away from the studio a lot, maybe I'll do 5 days a week streams, We'll see. Maybe I'll do that for a goal. I bet I could squeeze in like an early morning warm-up, although it'd be hard for some people to make since it would be off schedule. I don't know. We'll think about it later. I don't know. I'm just plotting and planning over here. Don't mind me. Yeah, whoa, don't get me started. Okay, I'm gonna leave these bubbles alone for now. I could keep working on these for a while, but I think I've learned what I want to learn. Again, the purpose is not to make a photorealistic copy. At least for me. If that's your purpose, go for it. My purpose is to study and take away information that I can use in a future illustration, like from imagination. You know, so things I've taken away from this, for example, are you know, having that bounce light kind of on both sides of most of these bubbles. You can see it kind of reflecting on both ends, the dark, the light. As it gets toward the top, you're seeing more light, but you're still seeing those dark highlights or underlights, I guess. Opposite for the bottom. So that's a good takeaway. A lot of times you'll see people drawing bubbles, they just kind of make them transparent, like totally translucent, and that's just not, it's just not how it go, you know? It's not how it go. To use really good English. I really like this bubble. I kind of want to like fix it, but I don't have time. I don't have time for that. Let's move on. Okay, caustics. So this is what this is called. If you're not familiar with that term, these are called caustic reflections or caustic light. Caustics, and that is what I'm studying from this. It could be interesting to also kind of study what the waves look like from underneath. That could be something you might use in a future illustration. But I feel like most people try to put something like this in an underwater illustration at some point. So that's why I want to study it. We may not get to ripples. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a quick ripple study after this. But I do want to get to some wood, some bark, some wood grain. I feel like I've been doing a lot of that lately in my illustration, so I really need to do that. And just to make this one go a little bit faster, I'm actually gonna close off these pixels here. I know it's kind of sloppy. Go. Okay. Not my best rectangle, but we'll just pretend it is a great rectangle, and we're gonna. There we go. It's all collapsed or whatever now. It's all fixed, so I don't have to worry about going outside the lines here. So I'm just gonna quickly do like a blend. Beets. It's sad to see them go, but they'd have been munching on. Oh yeah, no, they're not good to have around. Let's see. Wish I had Bee Diesel's energy during stream. I know, right, Amaze? So you've seen it too. And thank you, Beans. I appreciate that. It's good to see you guys. Let me make sure I think I missed some chats. I'm sorry. Oh, and fog. That would be a good one too. Yeah, I wish I had more time. We'll have to do some more elemental studies at some point. So one way you can kind of like look at these is, or one way I mean to say, is you can kind of blur your eyes and just sort of see where you're seeing like areas of light and dark. Can be one way to sort of attack this sort of an image, because there's a lot going on down here, right? Like that can look really intimidating to kind of jump into that. So for me, I'm just gonna blur my eyes and kind of like just kind of loosely. Again, my goal is not to do a direct photorealistic copy of this image. My goal is to actually like learn how to, what can I take away into a future illustration. So right away, one thing that I'm noticing is like, it's definitely a better idea to, at least for this sort of a beachy, like low, shallow water scene, to sort of blend my background first, number one. I did not do that enough. And I think I'm going to actually do the caustics on their own layer so that I can affect those colors separately. I think that might be the faster way to do it. So again, this is me learning, right? Just trying to figure out how I want to tackle an image like this. And then I can take these skills and these inferences into my future illustrations. So let's do a nice light color, blend, nice blendy layer. Okay. Make a new layer here. So all I did was like select this box basically, so that I can stay inside of that layer. Okay. Now I'm sure there's a brush out there that could lay these in faster for me, but I kind of want to study them just for my own knowledge. So I like how there's like some convergences. And it almost looks like lightning, doesn't it? This is really interesting to look at. Now some of this you can see like the caustics are kind of going up and down on ridges. Like you can see like it almost looks like little mountains. And that's because the actual sand, because of the waves, have been pushed into these tiny little peaks and dunes under the water. So the ripples might look different depending on the type of surface that you're drawing them on. But again, I'm just noticing they're kind of in these like, I don't know if the scale pattern is the right word, but there's sort of this like, I don't know how to describe it really. It's an interesting crisscrossing. It's not just a bunch of X's, right? Like, remember, if you're studying something, try to look at your image that you're studying from, or your reference, or your still life, or whatever you're using. Try to look at that more than your paper. That's going to help you really study and really ask yourself questions about what you're seeing. And over time, doing that over and over is going to improve your art. I know I've said that a few times, but you know, there's always people dropping in. So thank you guys for your patience with my repetitiveness. I hope it's not too annoying. Yeah, insurance in the US. Yeah, don't get me started on that either. Yeah, fog would be fun too. We could do fog sometime. We could actually probably do that on Wednesday for clouds. I mean, fog is it's technically just a low cloud, right? We are going to do cloud studies for anyone who missed it. We're doing that on Wednesday. So this whole week, studies are going to be elemental. It'll be kind of like practicing effects and things that you can put into your illustration and just kind of thinking about some of that stuff. The wind is the hardest to draw. I mean, how do you guys draw wind? I tend to just draw like floating leaves. You can imply wind, right? That's like the implication of movement is kind of fun. No peep? It's certainly going to create some beautiful effects, right, Siren? Like when I think of wind, I think of like a windy field, like a field of wheat or barley or something, or corn. Just kind of how you can see the waves of wind rippling across the landscape. It's really interesting. So another thing that I'm noticing is obviously like, you know, think about like perspective and distance. Like the closer I am, it's like obviously the water gets more deep out here, but here in the shallows and closer to the camera as well, the caustics are much thicker and bolder. And as it gets deeper and further away from the viewer, they kind of start to fade into these like these really beautiful, actually light blue colors. I am going to change the colors of these caustics in a minute, but I just want to like kind of rough them in. Storms? Well, yeah, that's true. We could do tornado studies for sure. Maybe we'll do like a weather day where it's like storm clouds, tornadoes, hurricanes, lightning, that kind of stuff. I don't know. There's so many things that we could study, you know? But yeah, if you want to study that, I can certainly add it to the list. If anyone has something that they would like to focus on as a group, please feel free to let me know your ideas. I've got July halfway planned. I'm trying to plan it a little more ahead based on what I feel like my needs are this month. We'll see. I'm gonna go back into my background layer now and kind of darken up some of the other sides of these hills or whatever, however you want to call them, just to kind of help imply some of that texture. Kind of interesting to me. I could probably stand, honestly, to do like a whole bunch of studies of this. This is pretty complex. I'm not sure how effective I am right now, but it's okay. Your studies don't have to be beautiful. Remember, we're getting the bad drawings out, so don't judge me too hard. This is not my prettiest work, but it's also sometimes hard to push through the like the ugly part of the drawing too, you know? If you can make yourself keep going and not get discouraged when it doesn't look the way you want, just keep paint. You can always paint over it, you know? You can always try again. I do struggle with that for sure. I'm trying to get better about that. Maybe one day, if I ever get better at that, it'll make me better at getting rated. Definitely it's all tangled up together in my head of like, oh no, someone's watching me do something bad live on stream, I better hide. Speaking of getting rated, did we ever look at what Phoenix was doing? Shoot, I don't know if we did. We gave her a shout out. I didn't see any links, but I'll try to remember. At the end. I want to keep going on this for now, but I'll look at some of Phoenix's work. I like to try and showcase stuff if I can. I do like these undersea ripples actually. So now that I've got the colors, I'm going to kind of fade in this bluish color that we were talking about. So this is part of why I wanted to do these on their own layer, because now I can kind of go back and adjust as needed. I really like this. I think I'm going to cheat really fast and do like an overlay layer. I need to get used to how overlay works in this program anyway. But you can see, you can kind of like brush in and kind of accentuate some of the lighting with an overlay layer here. Just a little. I'm gonna come into these like convergence areas. And brighten them up. Anyway, there we go. Overlay is not cheating. I use it all the time. When I probably shouldn't have used that word. What I mean to say is like when I'm doing these studies, part of what I'm trying to challenge myself to do is to find the color on my own, if I have time, and to find and to figure out how to make these effects with just the paint. Kind of like you'd have to if you're doing traditional media, you know? Like, but I shouldn't say cheating. It's just using the tools available to you. It definitely makes it go faster. And that's why I'm doing it, because I don't have time to sit here and figure it out manually, even though I want to. My brain is like, do it. But my other part of my brain is like, don't do it. You don't have time. All right, what time is it? Speaking of 11:15. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a really quick study of some ripples. And then I think I'm going to switch over to wood grain texture. Not grains like food, but like wood grain. And I have a whole section for trees, so if anyone's looking for some wood grain textures, you can go to that section. Let's see. I do like doing a good ripple. I don't feel quite as... I don't feel quite as rusty on I feel like ripples, I feel pretty confident about painting those. So let's do like a drop, like a ripple from like something being dropped in the water, because that's not an effect I use very often in my paintings. Like here, like these raindrops, perfect. Let's do these. And then I will switch to wood grain here. Gonna lose control. Lose control. I'm going to do a quick sketch, then color this in. Oops, my phone is dying. I was lurking on somebody's stream. Yeah, it'll be a fun little effect here, hopefully. We'll see. Need to find a better blender. These are really cool ripples too. Little tiny raindrops. So many different sizes. That's something I'm noticing right away. I'm just gonna make these little like landing pad circles really fast, and then I'll go back in and add the water drops. I just really like these little faint ones are really interesting to me actually. Look at that little like really gentle line here. Uh-oh, did we lose chat? Hold on. Did I get dropped? Oh no, we have some drop frames. Sorry guys, hold on. I don't know what's going on here. Oops. Signal is weird. Hopefully nobody's messing with my internet right now. I've just recently had to start sharing this internet connection. So if you guys start noticing like a whole lot of issues, just let me know so I can let the property owner know. Oh, Pat! Wow, Pat with many ones. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that follow in spite of my technical difficulties here. I hope you're having a good day. Thanks for hanging out. I hope calling you Pat of many ones is okay. Still alive. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for confirming. And there's a lot of like, look at these little ripples. They're so cool. I love how they interact too. You've noticed some lag. Yeah, I just now looked down and it says that I've had 19% drop frames, which is really unusual. So I might after stream go check with the people who are on property that might also be using the signal and just let them know. There's some horses on property, and one of the renters is nervous about them, so they set up some cameras. And they told me to let them know if I noticed any issues. So normally I don't have any problems. So maybe I've just been spoiled, but apologize for that, guys. I guess as long as it doesn't kick me off stream, but I also don't want you guys to have like a laggy experience. I know that's no fun. Someone chewing on the cable? No! No, we don't want that. The mouse has returned. It's followed me. It's stalking me. It's like, you removed me from my home. Took me far away. How dare. They say you have to, if you're going to catch and release, you have to like take them super, super far. Otherwise they'll find their way back. Gonna have to pick all these frames up. Don't want anyone slipping. Yeah, thanks for, I'm assuming you're doing that. Thank you so much, Yanni, for picking up those frames. I appreciate it. Ooh, yeah, we're pushing up toward 20%. That's not good. Sorry, guys. They must be doing something. Pat 17 ones. Oh, Pat of 17 ones. Nice. Cloak and Coffee. Welcome on in. So good to have you in here. How are you doing today? It is a unique name. We have two Pats. Now we have Pat Draws, and I'm going to call him Pat 17. Or, I don't know. Pat of many ones sounds very, like, Old English somehow. Maybe I'll do... I don't know. Anyway. If we ever see you back in here and I call you Pat of many ones, let me know if that's okay. But I hope, Cloak and Coffee, I hope your day's going well. For anyone who is wanting to participate in the showcase, just a reminder, you can post any warm-ups you're working on of any kind. Doesn't matter, as long as they are family-friendly. You don't have to be doing what I'm doing. But if you'd like to, we have a warm-up art section that you can post in. You drop your images there. That's where I will pull from primarily. Ooh, that was hard to say. Pull from primarily to show on stream. But you can always drop them in chat too. I think it might be easier if you just wait till the end when I am looking at them though. Otherwise I might miss them. You've been lurking on the bubbles. Oh, thanks. Appreciate that lure. I do love the variety of sizes of these ripples. So one thing I like to do, I like to pull from the lights in the background palette and pull from the darks in the foreground up here. It's like a way to keep the colors unified. Typically how I do it. But if you notice, most of the shadows are on this side of the rings. Not all of them, but most of them. And that's actually going to help kind of ground the image. And let's do some water drops now. I've done a bunch of rings. I don't know if I have time to do all the rings, unfortunately. I do like them. They're really cool. Lots to think about if I ever get into doing one of these images, if I ever do this as a painting. But it's interesting. And again, guys, I am no expert. Like, I'm here learning right along with you guys. So if anybody is really good at doing stuff like this and you have tips, don't be shy. I'm not like, I won't consider it backseating or be offended or anything. Like, please, if you have resources to share, if you have tips of the way you do things, feel free to share. We're all here to learn. So. Or feel free to keep it to yourself. It's totally up to you. I do have a Discord. Yep, the link is in chat right above you, actually, PJ. But also, I have one in the About section if you need it. And I do hang out in there quite a bit. So if anyone wants to come hang out in between streams, you can usually find me there. I don't really do DMs necessarily on Discord. I just miss them too often because I get a bunch of them. So I prefer if you want to talk to me, just you know, chat with me in the actual chat. But there's a lot of people who are in the chat now that are also in Discord. So yeah. Feel free to come chat with all of us. There's a lot of cool people in there. I'm really, really thankful for that. Been really fortunate to meet a lot of cool artists that want to hang out. Alright, let's do some drip drops. Drip drop time. Not here to learn, just need a voice in my ear for work. Hey, that's okay. You can also do that. I'm honored to have you. To anybody who has me on in the background just as company, thank you for choosing this. I'm glad that my rambles aren't too... Hopefully they're not too distracting. But my understanding is if you just want to help with the view count, as long as you keep the stream on like 1 or 2%, like the stream itself, I think you can mute the tab and it's fine. But I feel like I asked for a confirmation on this a lot. I'm pretty sure enough people have told me that that's how it works that I'm just going to trust them. Pretty sure that's how it works. If anyone knows otherwise, please let me know. But if you're new to Twitch, that is one way you can help. And support. If you are not able to do subs or bits or anything, that's okay. I don't expect those. But just helping and lurking, honestly, boosts me up in the little Twitch recommended bar. And that helps a lot. Helps people find my work. Let's do some drops. I really like these little details. I need chatty streams. Oh, okay. So your quiet work can get done. You're in an office that has no noise. Oh, well, you're in the right stream. I tend to ramble. So much so that I do have a ramble alert when I am going off on a tangent and need to get back on the track. So I'm glad that you enjoy it. But I'll hold the message and the rewards queues so it can be found easier. Wait, what? If you do drop them in chat, I recommend... Yes, that's true. Highlight the message. That's a great point, Maze. Thank you. I totally forgot about that feature. Yeah, highlight the message for me if you do drop a link in chat. And then that way I can actually find it when we go to look at it. And there's our ramble alert. Chicken with arms. Observe the ramble. Typically that's for if, like I said, if I am getting off topic and I need to get back on topic. It's kind of for me to have an opportunity to assess my ramble and decide if I want to continue the ramble, because sometimes I do. Sometimes I think it's relevant to chat and what we're talking about, but other times it's like, you know, I try to keep politics out of here. I try to keep like this divisive topics off. You know, I don't really want that to be what this stream is about. I want it to be about art primarily. But if you ever feel like I am rambling, you can always ramble alert me. To give me an opportunity to fix it. Okay. I'm gonna do some little tiny details here with some drops. It's kind of hard to tell with this one, like where the drops are. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wherever I see these little like light droplets. I think there's like a backsplash that's happening, right? Like, for example, this one. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh, Raga, thank you. You paid for today. Can mute the stream. Yes, thank you for that bit, Raga. You totally paid for the stream today. I find something that's a huge part of your process is crying the whole time. Yes, Yanni, crying and frustration is definitely part of the artistic process. 100%. If you haven't cried over your art, then are you really drawing? Are you really making art? Are you really? I agree. Oh my gosh. Whew. Just, you know, sometimes screaming, like the occasional frustrated scream, totally valid. Openly weeping and saying, I don't know if that helps. Feel free to add it to your workflow. Can you imagine I'm just sitting here on stream and someone pops in and I'm just like, wah! Yanni said I had to. No, that's really funny. Yeah, openly weeping is totally acceptable. Anyone who tells you that's not valid is lying to you and has never drawn. Okay, I'm gonna move on from this one. I'm gonna get too involved in the ripples. I could go forever. There's so much texture in this, honestly. Like, look at all these little, like, very slight, like, obviously, like, older ripples from, like, a bigger splash that is now dissipated, but, I love the texture it gives the water. I'll have to revisit this. There's a lot of detail in these. I don't know. I think I probably tried to pack too much into this stream. Let's do some of these dark ones here so I can remember that. I definitely want to make sure that I incorporate that if I ever do ripples in a future illustration. And eventually, guys, don't worry about style right now unless you really want to. Maybe you're really solidified in your style and you have like a cool technique that you want to apply to this. Go for it. For me, I'm still kind of seeking style. I kind of hop around with the style that I prefer to work in. But doing these studies is over time. The idea is that it can actually help you develop a style too. Because you'll just kind of develop a way that you like to attack stuff, you know, artistically or visually. And that's kind of where style lives, is just in your preferred method, I guess, of processing information into a visual medium. So. Okay, there we go. Let's move on. Let's do some wood. Yeah, we have a pic share section, PJ. Hopefully you dropped them in there. But that's awesome. To whenever Casey has to draw a human. Yeah, there's a lot of crying when I have to draw people on stream. For sure. A lot of moping, a lot of fear, you know, just the usual feelings about art, really. Let's see. Gotta find some wood and wood grain and stumps. Let's see. So if you are, there is a whole plants section of my reference image folder. Lots of trees. I do have a whole section that's gnarled and textured. So if this is helpful to you, if you're having trouble finding some reference, I can drop this in chat for you. I totally forgot to post my references in the Discord, but hopefully you guys have been able to find some. Ooh, here's some good ones. There we go. You don't do art, so you're a liar. Wait, what? You don't do art, so you're a liar? Wait, when did I say that? Oh, because you don't cry while drawing? Well, I'm talking specifically about people who draw and trying to pretend like they don't cry while they draw sometimes. You're either superhero, superhuman, or you're a liar. We all get frustrated with our art. Maybe not to the point of actual tears, but you know, internal weeping at the very least, I would say, is pretty normal. Just like existential crisis. I'm not trying to call you a liar. Ooh, here's some interesting different types of textures. Ooh, I like this one a lot too. Hold on. Plants, gnarled and textured. I'm just gonna drop all the tree bark references that I can find in the gnarled and textured section. So if you are having trouble finding that stuff, There's all different kinds. Like, so here's an aspen, for example. Aspen texture is a great one to learn because I feel like it's just super iconic. Aspen and birch. Lots of really good uses for that texture for sure. Let's find a really nice one that we can study. What frustrates you is when you can identify fundamentally what is wrong, but you don't understand the techniques needed to fix it. Yes, that is so frustrating. I totally agree. Aspen, Colorado? I mean, that is a place that has aspen. So many good ones. Oh my gosh. Wah, wah. Okay. Yeah, let's use this. I like this one a lot. Aspen in the fall, but just the tree trunks. You've been there. Oh, I thought you meant to Aspen. I was like, I've never been to Aspen. Aspen's expensive. I can't afford Aspen. I can barely afford the mountain town I live in. Okay, so there's some nice textures right there. Let's do one more. Oh, you like the practice poke. Thank you so much. I'm honored. You're now inspired and must try to paint the bark later. I'm so excited. I'd love to see it. If anyone does want to draw along, but you don't have time right now, but you still want to do these studies, go ahead, and if you have anything you want to share, at any point you can drop it into the warm-up art section. The warm-up art section is where you're going to find... Oh, hey, PJ. PJ, you need to post those photos in the pic share, not the artist showcase. So I'm actually gonna probably have to delete that message. The art showcase channel, PJ, is not for photos. It is for showcasing artwork. Yeah. So we'll give you a chance to move those, but I'm gonna probably have to move those. Let's see. Yeah, so if you haven't found the warm-up art section in the Discord, by the way, here's where you can post those. So it's like in the stream events, we have art showcase, which is a once-a-month showcase. You post your best of for the month, and we'll show it at the first stream of the next month. And then we have warm-up art down here. So here's where you can chat if you have questions. But warm-up art, this is what I will show at the end of stream. And it actually looks like, so we have Atlas who made some fish that we didn't share last time. So what I do is at the end of the showcase, I'll post my sketches. And then anything that's below my sketches is what we didn't show on stream. And so if you ever want to like do some in between streams and you still want it to be shared, just post it in there and I'll show it on the next warm-up stream. So that's how that works. What kind of trees are these? These are aspen. I don't know what this one is actually. It looks a lot like the one outside my window though. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Okay. I'm gonna find one more cool tree bark. Ooh, this one's really painty. I really like this one, actually. Let's do this one. So many cool textures in tree bark. Like, look at the variety here. And this isn't even it, you know? Like, there's so many different kinds. Oh, look at this one. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. How do I pick? I'm gonna post a few more, so if anyone finds one that they really want to do, go for it, you know? If you click some of the links in the Pinterest, they might take you to places where you can learn about the trees. I forget what this one is called. This one is really cool, but I don't have time to paint this one. Have you guys seen this tree before? Does anyone know what this one's called? I've seen images of these. It kind of looks like a bristlecone pine, but it's not. There's one that has like a rainbow colored bark, like this thing. Super, super pretty. This looks like a bristlecone. Almost. It's not. But anyway. Oh, snow gum tree. This is not the tree I thought I was talking about. But there's some really cool almost like you get like a whole rainbow of color. So many cool textures in trees. I don't have time to do all of them today, but feel free to click around on Pinterest, and if you find any cool ones, you can always post them in the Discord in the event section and kind of share your references and stuff that you're using in there. I am gonna pin this one to come back to later because I love this so much. Oh, rainbow eucalyptus. This is the one I was thinking of. The rainbow eucalyptus. Look at I mean, these are photo edited a little bit. I think they're more like this, but it's still so pretty. Like, this is more accurate to, I think, the real color. Anyway, so many cool trees out there, guys. Let me paint some instead of just talk about them. I do want to do wood grain as well. I feel like I spend a lot of time doing like, you know, planks of wood and that kind of thing. I feel like that's a really useful thing to study. So I'm gonna go ahead and pin a few wood grain images as well to that same area. I don't know if that's the best place for them, but okay, I just pinned a few for anybody who wants to do more wood grain. Gosh, it's so hard to stop on Pinterest, seriously. Okay, let's paint some bark. Alright, for these I'm gonna go more into like a quick sketch, I think, because there's a lot going on here. There's a lot more to draw, I think, in the wood than there was in the water, but yeah, let's do a quick drawing. And then we'll do the showcase. So if anyone is still drawing along and you'd like to be a part of the showcase, we'll start with these guys. You've got probably about 15 minutes if you want to enter anything into the showcase. Just remember it's the warm-up art section. Okay. And I don't know mods if anyone's a mod. Ooh! Oh my gosh! Haver! Welcome on in, Haver. How was your stream? Good to see you. Thanks for raid. We're doing some studies today. This is my morning warm-up stream, studies. A little bit terrifying raid there. I appreciate you. We're doing water and wood today. So like just different elemental textures that you can bring into an illustration. We looked at caustics, we've looked at bubbles, ripples. Now we're kind of into the wood section. We're doing some bark. If I have time, I might do some wood grain, but I don't know how much time I'll have. But if anyone wants to join, I was just talking to people. We have a Discord. You can drop any warm-up sketches that you want, as long as they're, you know, work safe. You don't have to do what I'm doing, but at the end of stream, in about 15 minutes, I'll be showing off everything anyone did. Yeah, sure jump scared me. How was your stream? What did you end up working on? You guys should all go follow Haver. Thank you for that shout out. Yeah, feel free to join anytime. And like I was just saying, if anyone wants to join in but you don't have time today, you can always do them in between streams and just drop them into the warm-up art section of my Discord. And I'll show them at the end of the next stream. It's really fun to see what people come up with. And I love looking at like the different ways people attack certain types of things that we study. I mean, we do figure studies, we do animal studies, anatomy studies, you know, all kinds of stuff. This week we're doing elemental things. So water, wood. Tomorrow is fire and stone. So I'm looking forward to that one a lot. We'll do like flames, like campfire flames, everything from that to like magma, embers, and then we'll go into like different types of rocks and minerals. I'm pretty excited about it. It'll be fun. It's hopefully a really useful one tomorrow. And we'll go a little longer tomorrow too, because that'll be my only stream tomorrow. But if you have anything you want to share, Haver, as long as it's work safe, feel free to drop a link in chat. Gotta pay that art tax, you know, as they say. But yeah, I'd love to see it and share it, show it off. Yeah, hopefully it'll be useful. I don't know, we'll see. I might actually paint in the textures on that tree. This one's pretty painty. Oh, look at these. I love this tree texture, you guys. This is such a cool tree. If anyone knows what kind of tree this is, I just found this picture randomly on Pinterest. But look at the cool. It almost looks like paint splotches. It's like the bark is growing off in little flakes and like flaking off. And so you get the underwood kind of revealed, this like bright white pristine wood, and then this upper heavier dark. Oh, I love that. I love that. I'm totally going to use that in an illustration. It's beautiful. Oh yeah, let's look at it. Yeah. What you got? What you got? Oh my gosh, what is this the commission you're working on? Nice, nice. Hey guys, check out what Haver was working on. Haver? Not sure what you prefer actually. Man, I love the way you do values. Like you can tell this one is more fully rendered. Obviously you're still working on these, but even look at the shine on these little tentacles down here. Really cool stuff. Is this from like a D&D, someone's D&D characters or something? Very nice. Really nice character art. If you guys want to go see somebody who's really good at drawing the human figure, way more proficient than I am, I'd love to get to this point at some day. But looks great. I feel like you're always doing commission work. You have a lot of clients, sir. Well done. Well done. All right, let's paint some trees. And I would show you guys what I do. I guess I could show you a few things. My pure ref broke earlier, so I don't have my little. If anyone's interested, I do creature design sometimes. This is a sea slug dragon I did somewhat recently. We do once a month. We do a sea slug dragon design stream, so that's always fun. What else do we have? You're full-time, it's all you do. Yeah, I used to be a full-time freelancer, and I just I have a part-time job now, so I don't do it as often as I used to. Here's my Insta if anybody from the raid wants to see the Instagram. It's Casey Snow Art. You can type in social, I think it is, to get to this if you'd like to. But I do a lot of digital illustration, trying to get into children's books. I'm trying to get into book illustration. So a lot of my work is going to be kind of like this stuff is what you'll see me working on stream. But I do a lot of like creature design studies, that kind of stuff too. Here's like another one. Little photo of me in the middle. Some of this work's pretty old, so I don't know if I really want to show you that one actually. Yeah, critter designs, those are fun. Anyway, if you want to check any of this stuff out, this is a piece I was working on stream recently. It's almost done. I'm probably done working on stream. But trying to beef up my portfolio. Oh, here's one we finished on stream recently. I'm trying to draw more humans, so you'll see like there's like tiny kids in some of these images. I'm still working on how I want to draw people, but yeah. Anyway, if you want to watch me make this kind of work, feel free to stick around. It's kind of what I tend to make on stream. Here's another one I did on stream. Oops. Chris Wright, hey, oh my gosh, good to see you. Welcome, thanks for popping in. You guys can we get a shout out for Chris Wright as well? Chris Wright is an artist who's brand new to Twitch. You guys should go give him a follow. Also does really cool character design stuff. I've been really enjoying hanging out on his streams. If you guys want to go give him a warm welcome to Twitch, welcome to Twitch art community. You'll meet lots of people. You're gonna do great for sure. So hopefully you're not thinking about giving up anytime soon. But yeah, Chris Wright just started working on Twitch recently. Got some dinosaur stickers. I do a fair amount of dinosaur art. Not as much lately. I need to get back into it. Anyway, that's my stuff, guys. You can go to my Instagram and check it out if you'd like to. For now, I'm gonna finish doing these studies. So if you've never been to it, like I said, if you haven't been to a warm-up study before, my challenge to anybody who's drawing along is just, see if you can do 30 minutes of warm-up studies. It's a really good way to start your day, get that creative brain going. It's also, in my opinion, a really good way to bust out of art block. If you're somebody who struggles with art block, it hits people in a lot of ways. It's everything from just I don't feel like drawing to like I feel like I can't draw. Like I'm sitting down and drawing, I just hate everything I'm doing. I have no creative ideas. I have nothing new in my brain. I feel like revisiting the basics, going back to some studies like this, it can really reinvigorate you in ways that you might be surprised to find. I don't know. At least that's how it's been for me. This is kind of my go-to way of warming up the creative part of my brain to like get started on working. And I really wish I had the discipline to do it on my own, but I've kind of, the whole reason I started these streams is because I don't, and I really won't do these, at least in my 5 years of trying to, more or less 5 years trying to like do illustration stuff. I just haven't been doing them. I find reasons not to do them. I'm like, oh, I'm too busy today, or no, it doesn't sound fun, I'll do something else. But you guys are kind of my accountability buddies with this, so thank you for, whether you realize it or not, thank you for being the ones who make sure that I do this. Think about like the art gym. We were talking about that earlier. We're all workout buddies, artistic workout buddies. So if you want to join the accountability circle here and actually do some studies like we all say we should and then don't do, welcome on in. Welcome on in. Happy to have you. Yeah. Oh no, you're of course, Chris. Yeah, and I really feel like the accountability of Twitch is helpful for me personally, because like I get fidgety, like people are watching me, I gotta do something, like I can't just avoid this creative problem, like I gotta think through it. It helps me for that. I know a lot of art Twitch uses it that way, for sure. make you notice me. Sorry, I can't help myself sometimes. Sometimes a catchy song comes on and I just have to hum along. Please ignore. I'm sorry for anybody who got way too high definition a version of that. To me, so many good colors in this tree trunk. I love the little lichen and like the things kind of growing on this crusty bark. This is a cool texture. A lot going on with wood texture. And of course I'm at a strange angle on this, so the chunks are getting smaller in appearance as we go up. So if you're somebody who's kind of new to drawing, you may not think about perspective, but it's definitely something to consider when you're working or when you're picking references. Like this might not be the reference you need necessarily, depending on what you're working on, but I still think it's interesting to study. You feel that? Yeah. It's a thing. I know many artists who are like, yeah, I know I should do studies. I just don't have time. So this is your time. If you want to join me and just set aside 30 minutes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Obviously I encourage people to do it every day. I just don't. I have a part-time job. I'm not cool like Haver and can just like do the whole feast or famine freelance art thing and pay for health insurance. So for now I have a part-time job to help me pay for health insurance, but I don't know. We'll see if I can get into the book industry or something. I'm really hoping to push for it this year. I will be back on later today to actually kind of wrap up some illustration stuff and then kind of prep you guys if you want to watch me prep my portfolio. If you're curious about what goes into that. I know my schedule says emote streams, but I have a few pieces that just need like some tweaks to get ready to go on my website. My goal is to like send out postcards and emails and stuff like that to agents this month. I really want to try and at least get some kind of traction going on my illustration career. So wish me luck. But if you want to see what that kind of process is, I guess, or hear me talk about it maybe, come on back this afternoon. And then for the rest of the month, I'm probably going to focus on making some new emotes. Thank you to anyone who's ever subscribed to me. I feel so bad still that I don't have more emotes for you guys. So I'm going to try and rectify that this month. Kind of make my streams just like emote sketch, emote ink, emote color. See how long it takes. I got a little list of emotes that I want to make, so I'll probably make like 10 for now. I don't think I have, unless I get like more subs, I guess. I think it's like 20 more subs and then I unlock another free emote for followers, but right now I think I have like 10 extra emote slots. So anyway, I'll be doing that this month, but this afternoon I need to stay on track, and so I think I'm going to finish my illustration stuff first, and then we'll do that the rest of the month. So, like I always say, my schedule is subject to change depending on what I need to get done, so thank you guys for being flexible for those who pay attention to the schedule. Sorry to disappoint that it won't be an emote stream this afternoon, but hopefully the rest of them this month should be able to get most of it finished. I'm spending too much time on this. I really like this tree bark texture. It's so cool. Like, look at these little like spots of light. You can see the dappling. One thing I always encourage whenever you're working from reference is to not worry so much about photorealism. I mean, if that's your goal, I guess go for it. For me, I find it way more beneficial to not worry about total accuracy as much as ask yourself questions and try and figure out what you can learn from the image that you're studying. Because when I say study, what I'm saying is, like, instead of just trying to say, okay, there's light here, there's dark here, I'm just copying it exactly, piece, 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 piece. Ask yourself things like, okay, there's light here. Why is there light there? Oh, why is there shadow here? Oh, that's the shadow of the leaves, kind of like making a dappled lighting on this bark texture. How do I do that in paint? Would it be more wise to do the lighting on its own layer and just do everything a flat color? Should I try and like paint it and just see if I can make that? Can I challenge myself to learn something? That's kind of where I tend to lean on the studies. I want to figure out how to do this stuff manually, like analog, instead of relying super heavily on brushes. I mean, and like layer types, although I definitely do. But I think you learn a lot about how nature puts itself together when you do these studies, and then you can go and apply that. I could take this bark texture and I could turn this into like a creature skin texture. Maybe I'm doing like a tree creature, or just something with like super gnarly, kind of knobbly, crusty looking skin. Like, this would be cool. Or if I'm just doing like a heavy wooded scene and I want to have the trees up close have this like heavy texture. That's helpful as well. So just ask yourself questions like, why am I seeing the colors I'm seeing? Where am I seeing light and dark? What do I think is causing the light and dark? Like what overall shapes am I seeing? You know, like I'm seeing a lot of like kind of triangular scale patterns almost in this tree. How can I use that later? So anyway, that's what I encourage. Get on the Bob Ross arc and draw some crunchy trees. Oh, thanks. Yeah, we also did water earlier, just like water effects. We looked at like caustic reflections, bubbles, ripples. Tomorrow we're going to be doing fire and stone. So if anyone's interested in coming back for that, be sure to tune back in the morning for fire and stone. But like I said, I'll be sharing whatever is in the warm-up art section of the Discord here in a minute. And we'll be looking at those. All right, in the interest of time, I do want to study this one too, so I'm going to move on from this one even though I'm not finished. I really want to do that one, but it's pretty similar, so let's do this one for now and see how far I get. Wait, I missed a pun. I've been taking a lichen to the forest illustration. Excellent wordplay. You deserve some cheese for that, I think. I wish I could actually award cheese points, but here, have some cheese. Thank you for bringing the cheese. Love the water. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we did seascapes and skyscapes not too long ago, so I didn't want to focus too much on like overall landscapes or like seascapes, I guess. But there's a lot to learn from nature that you can apply. We do figure drawing and stuff sometimes too. But, oops, we have an ad. All right, if anyone's stuck in the ad or about to be stuck in the ad, sorry about that. And also thank you for sticking it out if you do. I appreciate you. We do appreciate puns, yes. This is a heavy pun appreciation space. If you don't appreciate puns, I apologize. I also like the almost the optical illusion sort of like effect that you get when you have like a forest of these aspen. It's very hypnotic. I remember walking through a very large aspen grove a few years back in southern Colorado. I took some photos, but the photos do not do it justice. Like you kind of get super disoriented because it's just like SPXOIS. I don't know how to say your name. Spox? Sios? I don't know. SP, it's nice to have you here. Thank you for the follow. Okay. And it's important to note too, I think, on these, like, we tend to want to draw like aspen like straight lines, right? Just like that's what they look like. But you get so much more variety and realism just by like angling some of them a little bit. Like, see how they're not all perfectly straight? Like this one's sort of leaning in the background. And then you have like some little knobs on the sides. Like they're not totally uniform. And so keeping that stuff in mind is just part of, you know, building up that creative bank account that we keep talking about. So again, if you're new to art making, don't be intimidated. I'd still love to see, if you feel like sharing anyway, what you're up to. But we are going to be doing that share in about 3 minutes. So this is probably going to be the last image. I'm just going to quickly block in these colors. I really like this texture on the bottom. This is really cool to me. So I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit. Not cheat, but I can stop saying that word. It's not cheating to use the tools that you have. It's just I'm not taking the time that I want to take personally. I like to kind of challenge myself if I can to really heavily texture in some stuff, but I don't have the time today. Got a lot to do on my to-do list, especially if I'm going to spend tomorrow morning deep cleaning my entire house. But anyway. MLS, hello! It's so good to see you back. Thank you so much for returning. Yeah, you're from the Pain. I remember you. Thank you. I wish I could have had more time to chat with everybody who was new at that time. I was a little overwhelmed. I'm glad we didn't scare you off. Thanks for sticking around from that. We're just doing warm-up studies right now. I'm kind of wrapping up here, and then I'm about to show the end. Like at the end of my warm-up streams, I like to show off. Anybody who wants to share work is welcome to in the Discord. Anyone who isn't in the Discord and is interested or just wants to look, ! Discord is how you find it. But yeah, feel free to hang out. We're about to show off the community bits. Yeah, it's fun. I've really enjoyed it. Honestly, you guys are super inspiring. I am very fortunate to have a lot of really just a huge variety of art styles and skill levels and so many really skilled people sharing work in my Discord, and I'm happy to share it off, show it off. So if anyone wants to do that, feel free. But yeah, that raid was nuts. I was so thankful that I got a little bit of a heads up for that. I think now that I've lived through a raid, I say lived through like it was a traumatic event. That was very kind of paleontologizing to raid me. Typically he does science raids, so I was really surprised that he chose to raid in here. But now that I've lived through that once, I think if it happens again, I'd probably be okay. But for that first one, Charlie's Dragon, I don't know if you're still here, but I really appreciate that heads up that you gave. And if you're not, that's okay too. No one is ever expected to be here. Hey, Cookie Narwhal, how are you? You love the idea of a group warm-up drawing, MLF? Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I think it's good accountability, at least for me, and hopefully it sounds like for at least a few people it's good accountability for them too. So we're just kind of art accountability buddies in the mornings around here. In the afternoon is when I tend to do my more long extended painting streams. So I think that's all I'm going to do for this piece. I just kind of wanted to think about just the colors that I'm seeing and the textures on these trees are really nice. I like that style too, but I don't have time to do the lighting. It is noon, so that means I need to head off. If I go longer, I will go longer tomorrow, but not on Monday or Wednesday since I stream twice a day. I've really got to rein that in a little bit, because I could sit here and doodle with you guys all day. So anyway, here's what I accomplished today. They're okay. I like the tree ones better probably than the water ones. But I still got to, just studying things like the caustics and the reflections and bubbles. It's all helpful. These little ripples. So, okay, let's see what you guys came up with. So I'm gonna go to the Discord now. This is your call if you're kind of lurking and listening, to go ahead and post those images. PJ, that's okay. Yeah. So like I said, here, let me show you one more time. I don't know if you saw this earlier, but if anyone does want to share, just kind of pay attention to the titles. You can always go to the pins at the top to kind of read about the rules. So warm-up art under stream events. See how you can collapse it right here? Stream events is kind of where you can find all the stuff I do on stream. Everything from clips to my schedule to the prompts. I might actually I might have to archive this channel because I feel like the schedule kind of covers that for the most part. If I have changes to the prompt, I'll just post them in the event chat. But this is just stream chat, basically. It's anything I'm doing in stream, any events. But we're doing warm-up art right now, so that means I'm going to look at anything that was posted after my last post in here. So this was from the fish study that we did last week. So anything below that is kind of stuff that people have warmed up with since then. So if you are working on a warm-up and you don't quite finish in time for the end of the stream, don't feel like you have to rush. I will show anything that didn't get shown today. I will show it tomorrow after the end of warm-up stream. But PG, I think you were trying to show some photos. The photos would actually be down here in sharing as caring. We have a pic share section. So if you just have photos that you want to share, kind of like Paleontologist VA did, share them here. This is where you share photographs. But we do have an art share as well, but I don't have time to go through all the art share. That's I know it's confusing. Don't worry about it. You'll get there. But yeah, the art showcase is more specifically for art. So like it says at the top in the pin section, you can read the rules. If I have rules about a channel, you can also just read this little top bit and it'll kind of tell you what the channel is about. So for anyone who's new to Discord, I know it can be overwhelming. Don't feel bad at all, PJ. It's totally fine. But in the future, just if you want to share pictures, post those in Picshare. But I'll still look at them. It's totally fine. Yeah. I'll see it if it's in here. Just if you can, try and pay attention to the section. But it just helps with organization. But anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and look at what you guys have done. So I'm going to start up here. We have Atlas. I don't know if you're still in here, Atlas. As always, guys, if you are in chat and I'm looking at your piece, feel free to speak up in chat so we know whose it is and who's to check out. I don't think we showed these on stream. I think I remember looking at them myself, but I'm pretty sure since they got posted after mine, that is kind of how I keep track of that. Like I said, I don't think we looked at them yet. So these are your fish studies from last time. Ooh, look at the textures here, guys. When you zoom in, you can really see them. These look awesome. Yeah, solid workout, right, Chris? Yeah, yeah, definitely a good art workout for sure. Look at this anatomy study. This is great. Really good proportions, really good shape finding. I always, when we do animals of any kind, I try to start with an anatomy study just so we can kind of find the underlying structure of the animal, familiarize ourselves with what's going on underneath the skin. And that's going to really help you when you go to actually draw the animal or the person. So yeah. Anyway, we usually, when we do animals, especially since there's so many, we'll usually try and start with an anatomy study. But that looks really awesome. Great proportions there. The colors here look fantastic. I love the textures. Alice, I don't know if you're still in here, but if you watch this back later, really, really nice work here. I really like it. Oh, look at this little eel. Oh, look at that. I love these brush strokes. I'm really curious what program you're working in. It looks like maybe Fresco or Procreate. I don't know. Really nice. Really, look at these cool. You can see that the pixel, so it looks like you blocked in, kind of like I was doing. You blocked it in, then used your pixel blocker, basically, so you could just color the pixels that were on the page. That's always a fun way to have a nice effect like that. Really, really beautiful work. Well done, Atlas. This is Sea of Atlas, I believe. But as always, feel like if you're in chat still, when I'm looking at your work, feel free to speak up. Love a good crunchy texture, right? I know, super good. Oh wait, I already did that one. Heart. Okay. Ooh, here we come with Shura and some nice textures. Ooh. You know, your critters and your trees and your objects always have funny things to say, Shiratoshi. Again, love the textures. Really nice study here. Yeah, look at all the variety that you found. I love how you really emphasize like that red right there. I don't even think I would have noticed that reddish brown if you hadn't put that in there. But that's kind of the fun part, right? Is like seeing what stands out to certain people. Seeing the way that you handle the texture or you handle the line work. Super inspiring stuff. Really nicely done. I like how you emphasize this big white kind of worn away part of the trunk as well. A good little mooing tree, if I do say so myself. Well done, well done. All right, May's coming in hot down here. Look at this, with this wave effect. Nicely done, sir. Really, really cool. I like the way you sectioned off each part of the wave. You can see how he did that right there, like the fanning of the different sections of water. He kind of isolated those with his sketch here. Really, really nice job, Amaze. Really good movement too. That spray is hard to imply in line. You know, that would be something I feel like would, yeah, I would have to paint that in. Well done with like he used a lighter line there to kind of imply that. Looks really nice. Looks really good structure. Overall good structure. You can see the under sketch where he kind of got the big shape in first. Always try to find the shapes when you're doing a drawing first. Even when you're painting. It helps to find the underlying shapes so you can check proportion and check accuracy before you move ahead. Well done, sir. Excellent, excellent. Beats! Oh, I love this. Look at that. Really nice color study here. Oof. If you blur your eyes, it's really fun to look at too. I think, is that how you were doing that? It looks awesome. Man, really, really nice stuff. I love the textured brush you used for the sand here. And those little caustic reflections look really, really lovely. I like how you got them even up top. This is an interesting photo to pull from. But you can see how it's like the same types of shapes on the bottom as on the top. So you can see like these big... Woo! Kelly Cakes! Oh my gosh! Welcome on in! Oh my gosh, that was a terrifying raid. I'm honored to have you here. Thank you so much. And wow, thank you for bringing so many friends. Kelly Cakes, how was your stream? Thank you so much for choosing me as a raid target. If we could get a shout out for Kelly Cakes, thank you so much, Raga. Kelly Cakes does cake decorating. Really, really sweet lady to hang out with too. Highly recommend giving her a follow. I love to put her on in the background and just listen and watch. Colin Z, thank you so much. You guys rated us in right in the middle of our... oh, thank you. Yeah, we shouldn't be in followers only. Thank you for taking that off. I didn't know that was on still. We had some bot issues at the beginning of stream, but yeah. Santa Bob Claus, thank you so much. Feel free to speak up in chat, guys. I'm so sorry. So sorry that we had that mode on still, but normally we are not followers only. We were just doing some studies today. We were looking at water and wood to kind of learn how to work and learn how to use reference. So yeah, we did ripples, caustics, bubbles, all kinds of stuff. And Kelly Cakes recently had a birthday, so you guys should all go give her a birthday follow. At least wish her happy birthday, right? Radler, thank you so much for that follow. You guys, I wish I could show you more of my work. I'm having an issue with my usual things that I show off, but if you'd like to, I can show you a few other things. And then Kelly, if you have any cakes you want to show, I don't know if you tend to like to do that, but I hope you had a good stream. Thanks for being here. Here's my Instagram if anyone wants to look. This is the kind of work I usually have up on stream. We do warm-up studies Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, but then most of the time I'm doing digital paintings, so you'll see a lot of that kind of stuff from me. Here's just like a collection of my work. Throws cake. No! Eat the cake, Amaze. Don't throw the cake. The cake is art. The cake is art. I have a web comic that I'm working on. I kind of showed these to my... I got an earlier raid as well. So we just kind of showed some of these. So I'm sorry for anybody who just saw them. But here's like a recent illustration I was working up. I'm trying to get into kids' books. And so I'm working on my portfolio right now. So here's like kind of the next work in progress step. I've actually gotten this one pretty much done. Here's one that I did recently too. Some of you who've been here on Kelly Cakes may have seen this before, but yeah, if you want to hang out, if you like digital art, or if you just like art in general. For anyone who doesn't know, I also do sculpting sometimes, so let me, don't mind the piccolo turtle, guys. There's another piece that I did recently. I do use a tablet, yes. So I sculpted this Parasaurolophus not too long ago. Let's see if I can get it to focus. I'm still kind of in the process of painting it. It's not focusing. Come on, camera, you can do it. There you go. But anyway, this is Harvey. Harvey got very burnt. Oh, thank you. I'm a little self-conscious about the way I sound, so I appreciate that you don't mind it, Colin-C. This one, you can see a little more of the painting here. But did this in Sculpey, and then just recently fired it, or I guess baked it, I should say, and have started painting it. It's not done yet. We're kind of still at the early stages, but I will be working on this some more sometime. We usually do a traditional media stream at the end of the month. So my last stream of the month tends to be traditional media. Yeah, I haven't actually had a chance to look at this in the daylight. Oh my gosh, I have so much work to do. Anyway, we have a long way to go on this, but that's okay. Usually I do airbrush. This is my first time doing a sculpture with like actual traditional paint methods. But yeah, Parasaurolophus, that's my favorite dinosaur, so I had to make one. An Oinkin Corn Dog, I love your name. Welcome on in. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I appreciate that. Santa Bob Claus, I love your name. Yeah, thank you. Wow, this is a big raid. Immediate follow, thank you so much. So kind. Like I said, I wish I could show you the rest of my work. Did I already show you my sea slug dragons? We do sea slug dragon like creature design stream every once in a while, and so I'll take a sea slug and we'll kind of talk about creature design and I don't know, I just like to play around with them. Sea slugs are amazing. I also like to nerd out about them, so if you like nerding out about animals, welcome to Casey's Creature Features. I thought about calling them that sometimes, but how's everyone's day going? I hope it's going well. Grab your party hat, the cake crews arrive. I love that, Radler. How are you? I hope you guys are well. Sorry for my little bit disjointedness. Santa Bob, I do use a tablet, so I can show that to you. Try to show it to you anyway. It is a Wacom Cintiq. You see it right there. It's a 22-inch Wacom Cintiq tablet, and yeah, that's what I draw on. When I'm at home, I actually have an at-home studio that I might be on tomorrow for warm-up stream. But I usually do. It's a Huion. It's a smaller Huion, basically. But I prefer my Cintiq. My Cintiq is definitely. I prefer to be in the studio when I can. Just because I like drawing on this one a little bit better, and it doesn't have as many compatibility issues, so that's okay. Yeah, is Parasaurolophus your favorite too, Chris, right? Thanks again, Kelly Cakes. I don't know if you had to raid and run, but I hope you have a good rest of your day. Cutiolophus, is that what you're calling it? Literally everything you've been meaning to do in your off time. Aw, Santa Bob, that's really flattering. Wow, I'm trying to get into book illustration. I feel like I'm not. I keep, Anyway, I'll be talking more about that tonight. I'll be back on at 4 p.m. to work on some more illustration pieces, and kind of submit them. I'm going to start submitting to agents again this month, so wish me luck, guys. I'll let you know how it goes. But if you're curious about what that process looks like, I can go into that this afternoon. But it's an honor that you say that I'm doing what you want to be doing, because I feel like I have a long way to go. But yeah, anyway, this is my work. If you type !social, you can find my social media. Bones John, thank you so much for that follow. You guys are so nice. You guys are Twitch and makers and crafters, and like, just there's so many cool communities here in Twitch that I'm just really enjoying getting to know. I used to stream back in 2017 and 18, and here's one that we did on otter study. If you wanted to see some otter drawings. Otter, You oughter do it. Oh, I'm sorry. We also like puns around here. We have a cheese emote if you need a cheese emote. Here's the ones I did today. I can't remember if I shared these or not. But we're doing elemental studies this week. So today was water and wood. Tomorrow is fire and stone. And then Wednesday we're doing cloud studies. So if anyone wants to join to get back to what we're doing, you guys rated in right when we were doing the community share part of the stream. So let's get back to looking at what the community has done along with me today. If anyone ever wants to participate, you don't have to do it during stream. Like if you're watching this later, you don't have time. Basically, I will just share at the end of stream anyone who has warm-up art they want to share. Let me get back to that really fast. And so we were just looking at some folks in chat. We were looking at Amazing Fan 15. We were just on his amazing study of this wave here. This stream is utterly ridiculous. Yeah, it sure is. Sure, Toshi had an awesome one. And this is one that Atlas did from last week. So what I was trying to say is if you just got here and this sounds like fun, don't be discouraged. Don't think that you can't participate. Just, be sure to just like drop it in the warm-up chat later. And like in this warm-up art, sorry, not chat, warm-up art section is where you should drop it. So !Discord is how you find my Discord. And if you drop any kind of warm-up stuff in here, I will show it at the end of my next stream. Just do make sure if you're not doing the references I'm doing, just make sure they're work safe. That's really my only rule. Twitch TOS. I do try to keep the violence, the gore, the anything that's suggested, super suggestive stuff, explicit stuff. Obviously, please don't put that in there. I'll have to delete it if you do because I don't want it to be on screen. But yeah, we're kind of scrolling through, looking at Beats' work right now. This is the one we were on when we got here. It's beautiful. These nice caustic reflections. 200 people. What the heck is Kev? Welcome on in. I know, right? Kelly Cakes just raided us. Thank you again, Kelly Cakes. I'm honored. I've been very honored lately to have a couple of big raids. For anyone who hasn't been here in a while, I got 2 really big raids last week, and they actually pushed me over 1,000 follows, which is crazy to me. That was like my goal for the month. So thank you guys for the follows, for the love. I was very overwhelmed on Wednesday. I'm not gonna lie. Like I had trouble sleeping. I was so overwhelmed. Twitch has been really nice to me, and I hope more artists will get on Twitch because I really want to share that love with people. But here's Beats' other piece. Look at these cool textures that Beats got into this. I love that you put a cow in there. If Shura is still here, this tree actually is mooing. This is amazing. I love that. I like the way you're handling these textures a lot. You got that scratchy look for the bark. Really, really nice. And Kev, how are you doing, by the way? I forgot to say hi. Kind of love the shape. I do love it too. Chris Wright, that is the reason it's my favorite. Just to nerd out about dinosaurs again. That is the reason I like hadrosaurs so much. I mean, look at this shape. How can you not? It's just like a chunk with legs, guys. I mean, so good. How can you not want to draw this creature? It's impossible not to love. I'm glad I'm not the only one who likes the shape. Yeah, Beats, this looks fantastic. Thank you so much for participating. I always love seeing what you're up to. It's really cool to see, how you and how everyone else handles these different prompts. So appreciate you. Yeah. And Bones John, I don't know if I thanked you for that follow, but thank you. Sometimes I'm bad at, okay, not sometimes. A lot of the times I'm bad at Twitch, and I'm trying to get better. But if I ignore you in chat, it's not on purpose, and I apologize if I've done that to anybody. Please say hi, also. I really like meeting people on Twitch. Parasaurs are like this very elegant kind of parallelogram shape. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Yeah, they're just sort of like, I don't know. I like them too. It is PJ. It is ridiculous. This is like if I'm back in art class with them. Aw, well, thank you for that. I'm going to take that as a compliment. Thank you. I never went to art school. I went to school to be a teacher. For those who are new here, I used to be an elementary school art teacher. That was what I went to school for. Mostly education classes, although I did try to take as many art electives as I could. Like I took a figure drawing class that I wish I could take it. I just wish I could constantly be in figure drawing. I feel like if you want to level up quickly, figure drawing is the way to go. Oh my gosh, Tarzia, this is so good. Look at this study. Fantastic. Oh, I love how your style shines through, and yet I can tell you're really studying the reference as well. Really nice stuff. I like how you've emphasized the shape of the lamb here, or the goat. I'm not sure which. It might be a goat. Really, really good. We're gonna be doing more people studies, but they do intimidate me. Really nice structure here. You're so good. Charzia is another one that I'd love to see stream. I don't want to ever strong arm anybody into art streaming, but just, you know, friendly reminder, if there's any artists out there who are kind of thinking about streaming, please reach out to me. We have a whole section right here on our Discord, stream tips. I've just made that, where did it go? Oh, there it is. Sorry, I need to figure out my channel organization. Stream tips right here. Definitely check that out if you're looking to get set up and started streaming, or if you just have questions, pop them in that chat. I will help you as much as I can. I'll send you screenshots. I would love to see more artists on Twitch. I think it's such a cool platform for artists. Yeah, right? I know, right? Santa Bob Claus? There's so many. There's so many. I'd stream if my whole house wouldn't hear me talking. That's fair. Hey, you know what? There's art streamers out there who literally just screen share. There's no mic, there's no cam, and they do great. You know, we've rated into some a few times. I think you can do, if you're really interested in it, and again, I don't want to strong arm you. Please don't interpret this that way, but I think your work is really good, and I think a lot of people would agree, and they'd want to see how you do this. There's so many. I don't know how so many great artists found me and are in my Discord, but I'm like constantly blown away. Like, look at this light study here. This is really cool. This is really cool. Is this in Procreate? Oh, I love it. I love how you tackled the shapes of the trees in the distance. You had to use the stamp, right, for this? You didn't draw these, did you? If you did, you're like a master. I could never do that in like 30 minutes. These look awesome. Really, really nice use of the different brushes. These look like stamp brushes, which is totally fine, but they look great. I love the way that you used, is that overlay or maybe a screen layer effect? Fantastic handling of light and shadow. I like how you paid attention to like the different colors of the grass inside the shadow. That's really cool. But yeah, these shapes. You have great shape language. I need to get better at that. It's like a goal. Here you can see the original reference that they were using. Fantastic. Fantastic. And again, if you're new to studies, the goal is not to like super copy the image. That's not necessary. I mean, if that's what you want to do, fine. But like, if you're trying to do more illustrative work or like learn how to do illustration, trying to like take mental notes is really what we're trying to do. We're trying to note the way things. Here's Kev. Thanks, Kev. Right in the middle of me talking about chars. We'll get to yours in a second, Kev. Really nice stuff, guys. Man, this looks so good. So good. Phoenix, welcome back on in. Yeah, welcome back on in. It's good to see you. Yeah, it's beautiful, right? Another move tree. Yeah. We do love a good duckbill. Why are you honored when Kelly Cakes comes to stream when I stuck by its ocean? That's not true. I did say hi. I say hi to everybody, or at least I try to, Kev. Kev, I'm sorry that I can't give you the attention that you want from me. Oh my goodness. We do love a good yes. Been trapped working the past few weeks. I'm glad that you were able to join in, Beats. And once again, I know I said it already, but if anybody works on anything that they want to share, you can always drop in any kind of study. Just try to make sure it's a study. Don't put like finished work in here. This is specifically for warm-up studies and sketches, but like you can post the reference or not. It's totally up to you. Some people just post the image and that's totally fine. I guess everybody did post the reference today. But it's either way, as long as the purpose of the image is obviously to study something, some kind of reference, feel free to drop it in there. I'd love to show it at the end of my stream tomorrow. Let's see, use the stamp. Okay, there's no shame in that. Let's see, are there any Discord members that use physical mediums? Yes, there are. Oh, so Kev right down here, this is physical. But no, there are. It's not all digital. I'm trying to see if I can find, I don't know if anyone has recently. Oh yeah, Kudo did one in her sketchbook the other day. So did rock paper water for the fish study. Like, look at these. I love seeing all the ways, the different styles and ways that people tackle these prompts. So yeah, feel free to join in any capacity. You studied really hard, I can tell you did. Yeah, you really looked at the picture, didn't you? Level 100 sword. Okay. I'm gonna go sword. Yeah, definitely a sword. Constructive criticism only. You know, you say that, but you didn't listen to mine from last time, Kev, so I don't know if you're going to hear me if I give you constructive criticism. Phoenix is a traditional artist trying to learn more digital. Yeah, Phoenix, I'm still curious if you did that spiky egg. We had to do a bunch of errands, but you're back with cheese! Oh, no way! Cheese! Oh, I'm jealous. I still haven't had breakfast. I'm very hungry. I'm going to have to get off here in a minute and actually eat. All right, so thank you, Kev, for participating. Like I said, I would prefer if the things posted in here are done from an image, not just from your brain, but it is cute. And I do like your art. I still want to see you work from a reference though, Kev. I'm challenging you here. This is your gauntlet. I'm throwing it down. I want to see you actually work from a reference. I think you'd be better at it than you think you are. Anyway, so that's what we do here for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 10 a.m. We do studies. Since we just got a big grade, I guess I could show a few past studies if you guys are interested just to see more of what we tend to do. Oh, here's that illustration that we just finished. If you wanted to see kind of where that was at. I've been working on this on stream off and on. I'm probably not going to work on it on stream today. I'm probably going to touch it up off stream. I just haven't had time to get to it. Let me just run through a few. I have them by month typically. It's kind of easier to keep them organized that way. So we did for instance, here's my hadrosaur study that I did right before starting the sculpture. Actually, we looked at the anatomy. And paleo art's a little bit interesting because what you end up doing is actually more of an artist study. Like these are two obviously very differently drawn Parasaurolophus. So dinosaurs a little harder. I do try to do more like skeletal and fossil studies when I do these. But it's still fun to get those shapes down. And for anyone who doesn't know, the hadrosaur, they now think that fun bump right there, they actually think it was used for maybe a muscle attachment, kind of like a bison. So a lot of the art that I've done, even I didn't know this at the time, but like when I did this, I didn't know that. So I kind of made that skinny sort of a gooseneck, and so now I'm like, shoot, I need to kind of rethink that. But it's kind of fun to keep up with the science on that stuff. Yeah, but we did some studies like ostrich or not ostrich. This is actually a cassowary foot, or is it a cassowary? It's an emu. It might be an emu. Either way, modern day dinosaurs to kind of learn. What else do we have here? We have rhinos from Rhino Day. That was a fun one. I do love a good rhino. Oops, we have an ad. Sorry guys. Sorry for the ads. Sorry, ads. But thanks again, Kelly, for that raid. I really appreciate that. It's reference from the stick you had yesterday. That's not quite what I'm talking about, Kev, but I studied really hard, yeah. Sure you did. Digital's like traditional, but you can delete your mistakes. Yeah. Well, and there are some things that happen in part of traditional media is the mistakes and like how you handle them and how they kind of work their way into the image. I'm not very good at traditional. That's why I only do traditional art once a month. Maybe one day. I've been very inspired by people like Beat Easel, and I'm painting badly, and like a whole bunch of there's like so many good artists, like oil paint artists, and Shamatada, I think is how you say her full name. Really, really great stuff. Honkin' Honkers, yeah. Sorry, I shouldn't be responding to chat when there's an ad. I apologize. Lovely emotes, by the way, PJ. Let's see. Have to go now, but you'll definitely be coming back. Okay, cool. Well, it was nice to meet you, Santa Bob Claus. Even though you're stuck in an ad probably and can't hear me. Yeah. I don't know. I feel bad. I don't want to end stream. We just got that nice raid. Maybe we'll look at a few more things, and maybe I'll do one more tree study really fast. Just because, got a bunch of people in here now. Maybe you want to see me actually draw instead of just talk about art. I promise I draw. I don't just talk about it. Yeah, so these are some of the studies we've done in the past. I think ads should be over, so I'll go ahead and show you a few of these. We'll do one more tree study, I think. Or maybe I'll do wood grain, because I didn't get to wood grain yet. We did bats. This was from when we were studying bats and like wings and stuff. I kind of want to do another bat wing study, to be honest. I feel like you can never study wings too much when you're a creature designer. Not that I'm like really a creature designer, but I do draw a lot of creatures. So, beautiful. Oh, thank you, Chris Wright. I appreciate that. Which one have I not shown you guys yet? Oh, don't look at these. I'm really bad at vehicles. Let's look at animals. Sorry for the bad owl pun here, guys. Casey Minotaur. Oh gosh. Stretch my wrists. Oops. Gotta stretch. Hold on. Carpal tunnel stretch time, guys. If you haven't done these with us before, oh, you can't see me on this one. You kind of point your hand down at the ground, or you can push it against a wall, and like take your other hand and just gently like pull it toward you with your thumb engaged. That's gonna help the most with the carpal tunnel numbness that starts to happen if you draw a lot, or if you're on your phone a lot, or if you're typing a lot. I try to do at least once an hour stretch break. So sets of 10. Just do like 10 seconds of that stretch and then maybe like 10 rotations. You can also rev the motorcycle. That's what they call it. Anyway. You're back. Okay, good. Ads for Dragon TV. Oh, interesting. Didn't even know that was a thing. Yeah, it was nice to meet you, by the way, Santa Bob. Thanks for popping in. Hopefully we'll see you again sometime. Sorry for those ads, guys. Thanks for anybody who stuck it out through the ads. I do appreciate that. It does help support the channel. So much new information coming out, though. Yeah, and if anyone wants to learn more about dinosaurs, you should I always recommend paleontologizing. You guys know this. I'm a little biased, maybe, because they recently made me a mod for the channel, so hopefully I don't mess anything up there. But, let's see. Yeah, so anyway, these are some studies. This is kind of more typical of what we typically do. We talk about like how to look at the reference and what you're seeing. Like with animals, I have a little more knowledge because I've spent more time studying animals. Oh, thank you for handling that shout out. Yeah, go follow Paleontologizing if you want to learn more about dinosaurs and kind of the most recent scientific discoveries. He's constantly going over papers. He's actually doing live digs right now in the field all summer. So if you want to go see what it's like to actually dig up dinosaurs and be a part of the discovery process, it's super cool. Highly recommend it, and I always learn something when I'm over there. Really cool stream. Twitch isn't just about games. This is like what I'm learning and what I'm trying to share with people. There's a lot of cool science and education. There's a lot of art streams that are awesome. Amphibians, there we go. Did some amphibian studies. Anyway, let's do one more little tree study since we're here. Since we got some guests, and then I'll probably have to hop off here. But you know what? As much as I love that tree texture, I do think I want to do some wood grain. Although I'm sure that's like not the most interesting thing I could be drawing right now. You guys like, ugh, I don't want to stick around for wood grain. But you know, like I feel like for illustrators, we do draw a lot of wood. There's a lot of those kinds of textures. Do I have a link for him? Yeah, so it's right there. Thank you. If you were a dinosaur, what kind of dinosaur would you be? That's a tough question. I don't think I want to eat other dinosaurs, so I don't know if I'd want to be a predator, but I also feel like you're less in danger if you're not a predator. Maybe I'd want to be a Diplodocus. Or is it Diplodocus? I don't know. Or maybe, like, I want to be like a giant long-necked whip-tailed dinosaur. So I can just, like, whack predators with my tail. Be like, away! I am too big for you to tackle. I don't know. Although it's probably hard to find food if you're that kind of size. Alright, let's find a really knotted sort of like, ooh, here's a good gnarly. There's a lot of veins in this one. Shoot, I don't know. Yeah, I like this one. Let's do this one. Or you know what? Actually, I changed my mind. I want to be a bird. I want to be an eagle. I think an eagle would be good. Too big to mess with for most critters. You wouldn't want to be a dinosaur because then I'd be extinct. Alright, I guess I was operating under the presumption, perhaps, that you meant within its own time. Like back in the day. Casey drawing Jupiter. I know, doesn't it look crazy? It's probably a lot. That might be too much for me right now. Oh, this is pretty. I just wanted to find a good, like, plank of wood. You know, like a good wood texture. Because I need to... Actually, you know what? As much as I want to do this, I should find just some good wood grain from, like flooring, as boring as that might sound. Because I need to study that for that image. For this image, right here. This one. Oh. Yes, sure. That's fine. I need to do some wood grain. For this planking. So I need to find some good wood grain for that. Oh, here's a nice one. This is at least interesting to look at. Actually, shoot. This might need to go in the man-made. I don't know. I'm really torn on how to organize this stuff. You know what? I'm just gonna copy it. I'm not gonna worry about pinning it right now. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick study of this one as well. The dig videos are so interesting, right? Have you been watching Phoenix? Yeah, they're super awesome. And he's kid-friendly too, so if you have any kiddos that want to watch along, he is family-friendly for sure. It's sometimes fun to go back and look at the history. Still love the Crystal Palace. Oh yeah. So he talks about the Crystal Palace dinosaurs a lot. What weapon do you think Casey Chibi would wield? Oh gosh. A stuffed animal. I am not a violent person by nature. Alright, quick study of this. I know it's probably like, plank of wood. So exciting. But if you look closely, there's like a lot of interesting things happening here. At least for an artist. And if you're not an artist and this just is not your cup of tea, it's okay. You don't have to stay. I get it. I maybe just do one side actually. I don't know what's best. What's best, guys? What's definitely best is that I just kind of block these pixels off for sure. So what I'm going to focus on is the actual graining. I'm not going to worry too much about drawing this in. I love this. I love how some of them are light and some are dark. So like even seeing that gives me some inspiration for this. Like how can I make this look more realistic, look more like wood? Oh, I could actually change the value of some of these planks so that it actually looks like a wood pattern as opposed to like just having all of them the same flat color, right? Like even just that. This is what I'm talking about when I say like we're going to improve and enhance, I guess, our visual library, right? We're trying to actually store things away mentally that we can pull out later for use. So like look at all these different shades of brown that I'm pulling out from the same image. Like I'm not gonna do them all exactly, but I mean look at like some of them are almost like a grayish, like a burnish sort of a gray. Some of them are almost black. Some of them are reddish. Like there's actually a lot going on that you can do. It might be different levels of stain, or it could just be that this is a natural wood that they just kind of pulled whatever they had. So maybe it's from different trees. Like I have no idea. I don't know the history of this particular flooring. But it's interesting to look at. And some of them don't match, which is kind of interesting too, actually. I just noticed that. Cool. Yeah, so the whole point of these studies for anyone who's not an artist is like, what can I learn? What can I ask? Like, what kind of questions can I ask to help me be able to use this information later? I'm gonna do a very faint line here. Boop. Give myself a little bit of a... I did not do this evenly. This is why you should do your structural drawing first, guys. Oh, I also just did that on the wrong layer. That's fine. I'm also not very good at this whole art streaming thing. I get a little flustered still when there's people watching me. So there's a lot of people to have in my chat for me. I'm not used to. I'm not like Kelly Cakes, who's just like a pro and super used to having hundreds of people looking at her. Working on not being as flustered, but I'm a work in progress, you know. Aren't we all? So thank you guys for your patience with me. Oops, and I broke my chat. Sorry, I just realized. Oh, it could be an archer. Yeah, that would be fun. Avian dinos work. Yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh. That would be neat. Oh, good. I'm glad, Phoenix. I'm glad. Hardwood floor, and they don't make houses like that. Oh, they don't? Keeps her sunglasses on her head because she's super cool. No! No, that's not why. That's not why. Why you gotta point out my sunglasses like that? You guys, I lost my sunglasses the other day for like a day and a half because I put them in the wrong place. It's not because I'm cool. It's because if I don't keep them on my head or on the place that they go by my bed, I will lose them. And I'm tired of buying new sunglasses. Oh my gosh. Absolutely floored. And Kylosaur's is yours. Yeah, we did Armored Dinosaurs Cloak and Coffee. We did Armored Dinosaurs for warm-ups I think it was last week actually. Joining Percy Jackson, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Okay, kind of love that. Like philosophy, like what kind of questions can I ask? What can I learn? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think sometimes with references, art, we all do it, right? Like we get caught up in drawing it line for line, like trying to do an exact copy of what we're seeing. And that has a place. Like I'm not saying there's no value in that. You certainly can learn from things like that. But I think for a quick study, I think the most beneficial, or at least to me, the best bang for your buck, if it as it were, is to just ask yourself questions as you're drawing and be like, okay, like what can I learn from this? Like what can I take away for the next time I go to draw something? So that's why, you know, I got my angles are all wrong on these. Like this isn't the exact angle of the floor. I'm not trying to make a photorealistic reference. I'm not trying to recreate this exact picture. I'm trying to ask myself questions so that I can take that away with me to the next time that I go to do an illustration. Like for example, this wood floor. I'm excited to learn something that I can actually apply to this illustration. So maybe this is like a good example, a way to show what I'm talking about here when I say add to your visual library. So I can pay attention to things like, okay, how does the seam between each block look? I know that seems like a silly question, but that could, like, see how there's a little bit of variety there. Like they're not all the same exact width. That's important. That's interesting. That's part of what's making this look realistic, because it is real. And if I'm trying to bring realism into even a stylized image like this, the more you can add little touches, little flavor notes, I guess, of those sorts of details, it's going to bring the image to life even more. Now, I don't want to pull the focus away from this kid, right, and this dinosaur. Like, they're still the main focus in the image, but I do want to have little touches of detail in the background. And I wasn't really happy with how I did the floor anyway, so I'm excited to see what I can learn from this specifically. I also really like these knots, like the little knots in the wood. I do kind of want to look at this, but notice the little cracks just kind of like coming away from those spaces. See, like right here, maybe you guys can't see, it's kind of zoomed out. Like right here, there's like a little crack coming away from like that knotted part. There's some sideways cracks, like they're not all coming straight down. So there's just like little things I can notice. And I feel like for me, when I draw that thing or that bit that I've noticed, it helps me to solidify that in my mind for later so that I can remember what I did. Especially if I'm, Big Daddy's dad. 1, your name is amazing. 2, thank you for that follow. I really do appreciate that. Knocked me right out of my spiel, so some people are probably grateful, because I know I tend to ramble. I don't know, some people say they're here for the rambles, so I go back and forth on if the rambling is good or bad, but... Ooh! You'd think I would have been prepared. Rainavon 94, thank you as well for that follow. I really appreciate that, you guys. If you're into art rambles, you're in the right spot. I do always like to preface, I am not an expert. I'm not a pro. I don't know, pro is a hard word, right? Like, I don't know what defines a pro, but I'm trying to be one. And if you want to join me on that journey, if you're trying to improve your art and you want to like hop in or chime in, like if you are a pro, if you do this for a living and you have some tips for us, I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn right alongside you guys. We're all studying together. I'm just trying to get into this industry, so, you know, I've got a ways to go. But if you want to join me for that, I'd love to have you. If anyone wants to join. I think you're into rambles. Rainavon, I'm glad you think you're into rambles. Hopefully I don't change your mind. But either way, I appreciate the follow. That's really kind of you. Thank you. Gonna give a Minotaur. Oh gosh, that would be fun. Dino inspired armor would be cool. Yeah. Are you drawing another chibi, Siren? Your chibis are so cute. Questions you ask yourself while drawing. Kev says, he asks, why can't I be as good as the old masters? How to art. I really hope Casey likes this stick. I do like the stick. Is that a question? Okay. My goodness. You feel that? Like, what part of what you want to nurture, says Chris, is finding out where I can find interest and love. Yeah, in the process of drawing something. Like, yeah, exactly. Like the balance of the way the dinosaur is shaped. No, I completely follow you, and I absolutely agree. That's kind of what I guess you're saying it a lot more eloquently than I am, I think. I struggle with that specific thing, like finding the thing of interest or finding the thing that I love with people. Like, I really struggle to be interested in drawing humans. It's a big weakness in my portfolio. I would show you my portfolio, but I can't because PureRef is broken on my computer right now, and I need to fix that. I don't know how I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna do that when I get off stream. But if you were able to see my portfolio, you might notice a very distinct lack of humans. Like, incredibly distinct. So part of what I'm trying to do is find a way to be interested in drawing people. I don't know if you were here, Chris, if you guys don't mind me diverging for just a second. And if you do mind, I sincerely apologize. I'm not trying to be super squirrely right now. But I do want to talk about this a little bit, because we do studies sometimes of like, we've done people studies. We did some, I think it's in this one. We did figure drawing. Yeah, here it is. And so like, I just really struggle. We did like a gesture drawing. I think here's the first set. So we kind of started quickly. We're going to try to do one of these every month where we do like a quick figure study. We talked about quick gesture versus like, I think these were like 1 or 2 minutes, or these ones are 5 minutes. These ones were short. I want to say these were just like a quick minute gesture. But we talk about like, I don't know, like we talk about proportion and stuff, but for me, I struggle to be interested in people. I always have. Like, even when I was little, I very rarely drew people unless they're people I knew. The only exception to that was when I got into like kind of fan art stuff in high school. I did draw a little more human stuff then. I'm not as interested. I guess in my brain, like I see people all the time. And I'm just not as interested in figuring out what they look like as like, you know, like an animal or something. You know, like I'd way rather draw otters than draw people. But I'm trying to work on that. And so that thing you were talking about what did you say? You said something really good that I liked. Part of what I want to nurture is finding out where I can find interest and love in the process of drawing something. Yeah, I'm trying to find that for humans. And so when I see people like you who are drawing really good character art and really like making interesting designs, like I find it interesting when other people do it. I'm just struggling to figure out how to do it myself. Like, how do I find... I don't know how to find that yet. Like, I'm working on that. So that's part of what the goal of some of these are, you know, is to like, for me to like get better at drawing things that I need to be better at drawing, like humans. Like I can't get into kids books if I never have kids, you know, like if I never have kids in my art. This is like it's probably the first time I've in the past like couple of years that I've actually made a kid the focus of an image in my kids book portfolio. Which is part of why I'm considering maybe not going into children's books, but more like middle grade, maybe graphic novels where it's like not as much kid focused, because I struggle right now. I want to find out how to be comfortable and interested in drawing people, because I want that to be I feel like book illustration is a way more stable career than freelancing. I freelanced for a few years when I first came out here into Colorado from Texas, and that feast or famine thing I just can't do. Okay, anyway, I'm honestly pro up. Oh, thank you. I'm honored that you think so. You know, I think I'll probably feel like a pro once agents stop telling me that my work is not what they're looking for. Maybe when I actually get good feedback from an agent, I'll feel pro. But right now, I feel like I'm still very much entry level. Like I'm trying to be pro. I don't think I am yet. But I appreciate the sentiment, and I appreciate that you see that potential in me. So, okay. I'm gonna just quickly kind of texture in a little bit here. See you, Kev. Hey, thanks for being here. I appreciate you, Kev. I hope you know that. That's awesome, Siren. Last time you drew, says Rainavan, was a year ago, so not professional, but I want to get back to it. Hey, you know, I don't want to pressure anybody ever, but if you ever want to draw along with me, I know you just got here, but if anyone did just pop in and they're not sure what's going on, we just did our warm-up art showcase, so people who draw along with me during warm-ups, you can do anything that you'd like. For example, just to go back to it, not everybody did water and wood like I did today. So I did some elemental studies of water, like water features and wood texture. That's kind of what I'm working on right now. Things that are going to help me in my illustrations. But some people didn't do that. Like, for example, we have Tarzia right here, who did this awesome study of this little kid holding some kind of baby caprine. I don't know how you say it. It's either a sheep or a goat. It's really cute, though. And yeah, you can do any kind of warm-ups. It doesn't have to be. And then, like, whatever you post in here, if you haven't... if you haven't... Yes, he's joking, Nixon. I don't know if you're watching, Nixon, but Kev's joking. But yeah, if you want to participate, you're always welcome to drop any kind of warm-up in there, as long as it is work safe, so that I can share it on screen. Definitely, I do encourage figure drawing. Just please make sure that if you do a figure drawing study, that it is a clothed model. Some amount of clothing would be great. Yeah, even if it's just like a swimsuit or something, or underwear. But yeah, I wanna encourage other artists and people who are just curious about learning art. I want to encourage them to actually like get started. So if you're in that category, we will be doing studies tomorrow. We do them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. My schedule is on Twitch, but you can also type !schedule if you want to have a reference. But we do those 3 days a week. And I will always show your work on stream as long as it is a reference study. So what I'm trying to learn right here is like what like I'm asking myself the questions of like what kind of variation am I seeing in this particular wood? Like obviously this it's not gonna be the same for every type of like textures. Like obviously there's a lot more knots and like bunched up bits of wood grain in this tree. This would be, I guess, like a really difficult tree to make planks out of because it is so knotted. But I'm seeing, you know, just like kind of like a scattering of little knots here for this like more typical, I guess, looking tree plank. I don't know how you'd say wood plank. But I'm also noticing these just like these kind of like cracks, you know, and they're not all right along the edge of the wood. Like this one is right here. So that's kind of interesting to keep in mind. But some of them go sideways, which is kind of cool. I wouldn't have noticed that or thought about that. And there's not a lot of them, but just like every once in a while, there's like a little bit of this variety here. It's kind of interesting to look at. Then we have like a big crack here, and just like a little crack right above it. So I'm kind of noticing like, where does the wood tend to naturally have these little imperfections? Because I can bring that into this illustration more easily if I have a chance to study it. So, yeah. Anyway, so I know this is why, though, a lot of artists, myself included, don't often make time to do studies, because like the idea of sitting down and drawing planks of wood just for most people is not super exciting. And so I'm sorry if this is like your first time here and you're like, wow, this girl only makes boring art. Today, maybe. But hopefully you can at least kind of understand why. Like the purpose of it, I suppose. But again, I'm not trying to make a photorealistic copy. This is a great example of why. Like, it doesn't matter to me to make a photorealistic copy. That's not going to help me make this image. Or future images that have wood planks, right? What I'm trying to do is log away in my brain. What stands out? What can I bring into a future illustration? What do I need to remember? Like, for example, this knot right here. I'm noticing how it kind of spirals. That's kind of an interesting detail that I would not have noticed. I would not have noticed. You guys see what I did there? Sorry, that was bad. But I wouldn't have noticed that if I hadn't taken the time to actually sit down and look at this picture. I'm also noticing the wood kind of naturally makes these triangular sort of a shape around the knot, which again, would not have noticed if I hadn't sat down and actually studied something. So it's just like little details like that. They don't seem like much, but when you look at them overall, it can overall make the effect of like a really detailed piece when really I haven't spent that much time detailing anything, you know? Ooh! Oh, sorry. Also, for anyone who's new, I get jump scared sometimes with my alerts because I have to make them loud or I won't hear them. Oh my gosh, Mr. Sharp Balloons! No way! Oh my gosh, it's so good to have you. Are you like Mr. Sharp of Sharp Balloons? I just discovered Sharp Balloons channel the other day. If you guys, speaking of cool channels on Twitch, if you aren't this person, then this is an amazing coincidence. Go check out Sharp Balloons. It's a really cool, like they do balloon sculptures, like basically on stream live. It's so interesting. Like I would never have thought to do that on Twitch. Let me see if I can get the actual, I want to make sure I shout out the right thing. I was lurking on, I know they were live earlier today. I was lurking on that stream. Anyway, if this is the same person, I don't know if you're even listening, but you guys should check them out. I'll try and find the name here in a second to make sure I shout out the right person. Oh, I broke my chat. Hold on. It's like way behind. I thought you'd say I struggle. No, I struggle with liking to draw people. No, I do like people as individuals, yes. Art friends and amazing fan. What does that mean, Kev? Oh yeah, have fun at the library. You ought to know. Yep. People I knew, like, yeah. Yes. That was part of my fan art phase, Raga. May only be tangentially related, but I was talking to my shrink regarding like vulnerability and earnestness and how when I feel like people not putting too much pressure, how when I feel like you're not putting too much pressure on yourself to get it, you end up feeling more playful and free. Yeah, for sure. And I'm trying to break out of that too. I get really nervous on stream. Like the idea of doing something badly on stream is kind of makes me nervous. It's part of why I get nervous when I get rated, because I'm like, oh gosh, what if I mess up and like 100 people see that? You know, get in my own head. But I don't know if you've been here for the beginning of one of these warm-up streams, Chris, but that's part of why the theme of these, like the mantra, is to like, let's just get the bad drawings out, like together collectively. We're just openly acknowledging that all of us are probably not going to do great, and maybe we will, but like, it's okay to make a bad drawing. You got to get through, they say, 1,000 bad drawings before you make a good one. So these aren't going to be my best work, and that's just kind of what I'm trying to embrace here. So, yeah. You need an agent. No, I don't want to self-publish. You can do that, but I don't have the money to actually successfully self-publish. That takes a lot of work and a lot of like financial backing to actually make a successfully self-published book. I want to work professionally. I want to get paid professionally. I need financial stability. So that's the main reason I'm trying to get into publishing. But it is really tough to get into right now. I'm trying to be brief. Oh no, you're fine. You're fine, Chris. I like the chat part of Twitch is like the fun part. Science streams. Oh my gosh, I just saw that you popped into chat. Thank you so much. You do amazing. Thank you, Science. Can we get a... Oh, thank you for shouting out Science. You got ahead of me there. You guys, Science, speaking of another great science communicator here on Twitch, you should definitely need to go check out Science streams. It's doing a lot of IRL streams on Sundays, which has been fun. But also just like casually sitting around talking about genetics and like doing like... I don't know, just like Q&A whenever you want about like any topic, basically. They're always very generous over there with my questions. So if you guys have questions about science, they were talking about cloning on Saturday. It was really interesting with Lita. So it's Belint and Lita and their little munchkin, because the three of them are science streams. So go check them out. You'll like it. Oh, and there's an ad. Shoot, sorry guys. Sorry about the ads. I'm so bad at paying attention to that. Sorry, ads. I'll catch up on chat in just a minute. I'm gonna keep drawing while there's ads. But I hope you're doing well, Belint. I don't think you can hear me, but if you're for some reason not stuck in an ad, congratulations. I'm also perpetually behind in chat, so I apologize. Okay, I'm gonna quickly do this greening, and then we are gonna find somebody to raid into. I do tend to raid into work-safe streams, especially art streams, although sometimes if I can't find an art stream, I will go find like an education. I follow a lot of like work-safe education and streams as well, science streams. So we may choose one of those targets, but hopefully, I think I saw some on earlier, some artists. I love how supportive the art Twitch community is, so I really want to pass that along if I can. I've had such a good experience this year getting back into Twitch. It's been really, 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 really encouraging. So thank you for your encouragement, Art Twitch. Alright, I think I've studied what I need to study from this for today. I don't think I have time to really do this one. Maybe I'll do like a quick sketch of some of these knot spirals, because I do think that would be helpful if I wanted to add more like knotted texture into my, this is the one I'm trying to update later today, by the way, if anyone just got here and is curious. It's still pretty rough, I'm not done with it, but I do want to add some wood grain texture, so I'm trying to pay attention to details that I can bring into that. It's part of why I'm studying the planks right now. I know it's not the most fascinating, but, oh, we're back from ads, okay. Cool. Let me catch up to the chat really fast. I'm so sorry for anybody who tried to get my attention. For anyone who just got here, we kind of did like wood, water. We're doing elemental studies for warm-ups this week. So bubbles, ripples, caustic reflections, those are interesting. I've had some really good stuff from the chat that you guys submitted that was fun to look at. So why do you need an agent? Yeah, I can go into that later. I'm actually going to be touching up some illustrations at the end of stream. Not this one, probably. I'm kind of tired of working on this one on stream. But some older ones that I kind of put on the back burner that are like 80 to 90% finished. I'm going to finish those on stream later. So if you want to come back for that this afternoon, that'll be at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. And we'll talk more about agents and publishing and kind of what goes into that, if anyone's curious. There's an illustrator agent who has some classes on Creative Bug. Oh, nice. Yeah, I do a lot of stuff with Squibby, Society of Children's Books Writers and Illustrators, and I have some friends who I'm kind of in like some accountability groups with, as far as like basically critique groups. And we talk a lot about that stuff. But yeah, I'm always looking for more. So if anyone has recommendations on especially free work resources, super helpful. Draw and watch art stream. Yeah, let's do it. Ray, come on, let's go. Maybe not a warm up, but if I practice something, yeah, please do, please do. Okay, cool. Good to, I mean, yeah, I just like to put it out there. I know it's kind of unusual for Twitch art. There's a lot of not safe for work art on Twitch, but I'm just not one of them. Did I eat anything yet? No, I have not had breakfast. I need to get off stream so I can go eat, but I want to catch up with you guys in chat really fast. And Science, I hope you're doing well. Excuse me. I hope you're doing well. Let me hydrate, guys. Apparently I'm dying. Okay, let's try to speak. They are yummy. Hey, Sloppy Salamander, how are you doing? You snuck right in here. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty. I'm hungry, Belint. Thank you for asking, but otherwise I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. I hope you guys had fun at the aquarium yesterday. That was so fun to watch. Is it true when identical twins have children with another pair of identical twins? Their children are essentially brother and sister. That's a great question that I would not know the answer to. But I bet Science would know. I'll ask on stream sometime and get back to you. I'm sure he's busy. But if you want to ask those kinds of questions, seriously, Siren the Night Sparrow, that kind of stuff is exactly what Valent and his wife are really great at answering. It is a long warm-up today. Yeah, I got a big raid, Paleontologist VA. I got a big raid from Kelly Cakes, which if you guys aren't following Kelly Cakes, you're messing up. You gotta go follow. It's a lot of fun. Very chill. Do you follow Rachel Banner? I don't know if I do. But like I said, if anyone has recommendations, please go post those in my Discord. I don't know who that is. I'm gonna copy that name. I've got like 6 people to look up on Twitch now. But I will do that. So still 2 stream. Yeah, I'll be doing, so I do, for anyone who's curious, this is my, oh, you know Kelly Cakes. Yeah, she is great. This is my schedule for anyone who needs my schedule. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is warm-ups. We're wrapping up the warm-ups right now. I did just show, let me check really fast and see if anyone else posted while I was doing this. Nope, okay. So anything that's posted after, at this point after, I will show tomorrow on warm-ups. So if you are wanting to participate in the warm-up sketching, any kind of warm-ups that'll work safe, totally fine. Just post them in the warm-up section of the Discord. And thank you for that hydrate, Mayor of Canada. I appreciate that. I did. I'm almost through this. Oh my gosh, I just realized it's 1 o'clock. I have got to go because I'm going to be back on stream in like 4 hours, so. Alright, I'm calling it, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you to all those follows. Thank you, Kelly Cakes, for the raid. And Phoenix, if you're still around, thank you for the raid. I hope I get to catch you guys' streams again soon sometime. But yeah, I'll be back at 4. Yes, Paleontologist VA. Oh no, Sloppy, you're recovering from food poisoning. That's not good. Oh, I hope you feel better. I'm so sorry. Yes, I need to eat. At this point, I just need to eat lunch because I skipped breakfast. My breakfast was this energy tea, which is not healthy, and I don't want to be doing that regularly. Again, if I hadn't had that big chaotic moment this morning that put me like an hour behind, I would have actually eaten breakfast, but geez Louise. Anyway, thank you for the hangout, guys. Thank you for the chats. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the new followers today. Just fasting, not intentionally. No, thank you. Thank you, guys. Again, everybody go follow everybody. There's so many good streamers, and like Science Stream, this is Chris, right? Phoenix Crispy, are you still in here? I know we gave shoutouts, but Big Minute, it was nice to catch you the other day on stream too. I love Twitch. Twitch is great. You guys are all awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I can't appreciate you enough. Okay, let's find somebody to raid. I'm gonna see if I can find us a work safe art. Oh, you know what? We just gave Jay a shout out earlier. We should go raid into Jay Stiller. I haven't had a chance to raid into him in a while. If you guys aren't following, oh, and so Sharp Balloons is still on. So if you guys aren't already following, I'm not sure if this is the same person. Go away. I can't type with you there. Sorry, I talk to my technology sometimes. Here, I know Mr. Sharp Balloons, which I'm honored, just followed us. So let me give a shout out to Sharp Balloons. I'm pretty sure I spelled that right. Hold on. Yes, right person. Yeah, you guys, if you want to go see a cool balloon sculpture stream, go check out Sharp Balloons. It's really interesting. We're not going to read them today, but they're definitely family friendly and on my list of potential. It's like an improv comedy balloon show. It's awesome. It's nothing I would ever thought to do. Excuse me, on Twitch, but I think you guys should go check him out. But for now, we are going to raid into Jay Stiller. Because we shouted him out earlier. We were chatting about his awesome brushes. And I'm going to go ahead and give another shout out to Jay. And we're going to go give him a raid, because we haven't been able to raid him in ages. So, here's where we're headed, is Jay Stiller. So if you get left behind in the raid, that's where we're going. He does amazing, amazing, amazing environment paintings. So if you aren't already following him, you're about to be blown away, because he does awesome work. So let's go in. We haven't raided him in a month, so it's time. We are long overdue to go say hi to Joe. And you're going to love what he's up to. Guaranteed. So, but thank you again, guys, for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you. Inflation, oh my gosh, Big Finn. It's a shame that the cost of balloons has gone up because, you know, inflation. Sorry, I had to pause my outro for that excellent wordplay that I highly appreciate. Always, always appreciate that here. Anyway, let's go raid Jay Stiller. Again, amazing environment painter. But thank you to everyone who hung out today. Thanks to all the new folks who popped in. Thanks for everybody who came back and said hi from that crazy raid we got from Paleontologizing last week. And also from Anthony Wheeler. I know I got 2 raids back to back that like pushed me over 1,000. Still can't believe it. So yeah, I just really appreciate you guys, like a lot. And I'm hoping I can talk more of my art friends into joining Twitch, because I really think it's the way to go. In just the few months I've been back into Twitch, I've had more fun and engagement than I've had in like Instagram and Twitter and all those other places combined. So. But I'll be back in like 3 hours, guys. So if you want to come back and watch me draw some more, I got a bunch of stuff I got to do off stream. But thanks again for that raid, Kelly Cakes. That was awesome of you. And let's go say hi to Jay, and I'll catch you guys later, okay?